having servitude and I was just a punk.
Yo, welcome back. Return of the Mac. M.A.C. Moss, Andrew, Carl, back in the building once again.
Yes, sir.
I don't know what episode it is. I forgot to check. But
94.
Episode 190 something. 194. Moss says, "What's happening?"
What's good? What's good, guys?
I feel like we own one already today.
Yeah,
It's gonna be a good.
Y'all been talking some chilly shit, man.
We have.
Y'all gotta relax, bro.
Yo, you gotta relax.
We just getting
pulling the
started.
table down.
Bro, I got this.
Too strong. Yeah,
I got this, bro.
Good, because I'd hate for you to have to owe me for that computer. I would hate for you to have to do. You got a family.
What do you mean?
you got a family. It's gonna really be one of them.
I told you, bro. I'll just trade you mine.
Nah, that's a function.
Nah.
Bro,
I need that read.
You give me an old ass computer.
Your shit old too.
Mine still runs quickly though. We recorded on yours last week. We had to wait for a whole pod.
One trip to the
For it to
Apple
turn
store.
on.
One trip to the Apple store.
One
That should
triple
be
to the
good.
Apple store?
Yeah,
One triple double. Let's play a triple double on it.
that's all you need, bro.
Call it a Jokic.
That's it.
The Jokic computer.
Put a little triple double on it. Be all right.
It might help you out.
Relax, bro. So what's happening though?
Chilling.
Anything going on?
Nothing.
Hey, how do you feel about going back into the office?
I'm with it. I'm excited they're gonna make y'all motherfuckers come in.
Yeah, every fucking body.
I've been ready to go back, but like I said, there wasn't no reason to go back in and be. Yeah, there wasn't no reason for me to go back in by myself and sit by myself in the office. I'm gonna be by myself. I'll just sit in the bedroom. But yeah, if they're gonna make everybody go back, hell yeah, about damn time.
I mean, I'm kind of
employees.
excited about it, but then at the same time, I'm just like, I gotta change around my whole fucking lifestyle, man.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers been working in a remote environment for
that's why
3
they
years now.
That's why they're giving you 7 months to adjust to it.
I mean, I can't adjust till we start the shit.
Talk about it,
They're not giving me 7 months to adjust to it. I mean, I adjust to it the first day you actually fucking go back.
Talking about is not going back to work till January 2024.
Yeah.
You should have a plan by that.
That's just super close, bro.
Get the fuck out of here.
It's a lot of time to get your situation
It's not
together.
even June.
Ain't like they said next week.
Might as well.
I might quit before we go
You
back.
might as well say next week. You gotta give me at least a year of preparation. A year of preparation.
They told us we were going home 15 minutes before
I ain't
we
like
left.
that shit either. So
It is funny now thinking about it. Like back when the pandemic started, we got
go
told it was somebody in one of the buildings that possibly had it that came into the office, and this was before it had even become like a real thing. So it was like, take your stuff, go home for the day. And then I don't even remember what happened the next day. Like if they just said, don't come back in, or if they told us as we were leaving, we're going to be home for the week.
Well, they told us like
remember.
it'll be like indefinite.
Okay.
At first, and we just been home ever since. This was literally like 3 years ago.
Yeah, pandemic's been
A
over
little more
for
than 3 years
Just
ago.
want to let y'all know that's what happened to everybody.
Yeah. Well, he is right about that.
Literally, everybody got sent home for a couple of days.
But
And
I
they
said-
was like,
No, but
we ain't coming back.
I was just saying, I was just saying how wild it was.
Kinda went back to
I mean,
this
we
shit,
did
though.
like a year later.
Yeah.
We were shut down.
Well, the pandemic's been over for longer than it was in effect, and we're still working from home.
Oh yeah.
It's crazy.
That's what's
It
different.
makes
It's
no
different.
sense.
Everybody else back at work. Y'all still fucking at the crib.
Everybody else is back at work.
Everybody back at work now.
Makes no sense.
So yeah, that's
But yeah, I'm cool with it. Sounds good to me.
Yeah, I guess. You gotta adjust. God damn it.
well, like that shit.
Anything else?
Situation being at the crib all day. You can get a lot of shit done when you just at the crib all yeah.
I mean, how am I supposed to marinate my chicken and shit? You know, I'm thinking about crucial
That's
things in
crazy.
life.
You gotta do that shit early in the morning.
I'm about
or
to
the night
wake up
before.
early.
Or the night before.
Yeah, just to get
That
that
shit the
done.
night before, but you good.
Are you sending us
It's gonna
TikToks
marinate
at
even
7
longer
o'clock
now.
in the morning? You can be getting your chicken marinated.
Yeah.
I don't send TikToks. There.
You do.
That's only on certain
Now
days.
looking at it positive. Now the chicken gonna be even better. Because you're gonna marinate it longer.
Maybe
Extra
possibly.
You know what I'm
marinade.
saying?
Possibly.
Come on now. That's how it works.
I mean, it's probably give me an opportunity to get back into the gym and shit. Just give me an excuse to, I'm already out the house.
Yeah, nothing
So-
gets people back in the gym more than having to take on another task.
Is that what it is?
Nobody goes to the gym.
I think it's easier for me.
Yeah, I think
I think it's easier because you're
once
already
I
out the
have to
house.
go into work
You're
and
out-
drive
you
to
out
work
and
and
about.
drive back home, then I'll probably start going to the gym more.
Yeah.
That's highly unlikely.
Bro, it's part of your routine. Like I'm closer to the gym from the workplace. Like I'm closer to the gym, and like I'm already out the house. It's easier.
Tell yourself whatever you need to, bro.
I mean, that used to be my routine, so I'll probably fall back into that.
Yeah, probably.
Sound about right.
Yeah. Why you always doubt me, man? What's up with that?
I don't believe in you.
What's up with the
Why
disbelief?
you always doubting me?
Yeah. What's going on, bro? Am I an incredulous motherfucker or something?
I don't trust in you. I don't believe in you.
I've been trying to get these school words off, and it's like, all right, we get it.
Huh?
Why y'all getting these school words off? What was that word you said last week?
Who is y'all?
Who's that? What was that?
Oh, I did have a good one too.
Like a French word out there. What'd you say?
I did have a good one too. I don't remember
what it was.
I didn't catch that one. I didn't catch that one.
Nah,
Jiu-jitsu? I don't know.
It was something like that though. It was like one of them just like, oh, all right.
I heard it. Yeah. I don't know if this will be as funny, like not in context, but I was listening to this podcast the other day, comedy sports stuff, and they were talking about the Celtics, which we obviously will be getting to. But they were talking about the coach. The coach either does jujitsu or teaches jujitsu or something like that. And they were talking about like, what would you do to change the team moving forward? And they started joking about bringing Kyrie back.
Oh.
And then he was like, well, actually though, the coach does jujitsu, and we all know that's Kyrie's least favorite jitsu.
That's funny.
I was dying, but as soon as you said that, it made me think of it. I wish I could remember that word that I had last week though. It was a fire word. I used it right though. I'm gonna have to look up incredulous. I don't really trust you.
I didn't know what it meant, but apparently it was like good.
It's like you don't think I'm credible.
That makes sense.
I'm talking about that one.
That would be correct.
What that meant.
Yeah,
I was talking about what he said.
I don't know how I missed that.
I'm so mad I can't think of it. But yeah, to answer your question,
define it for you.
Oh, yeah, I got you.
I do think you're incredulous.
Oh, that's fucked up.
Yeah, for sure.
Fucked up. It's fucked up.
Respect.
Well, last week we were closing up the podcast because I don't have anything that happened this week that was important either. We were wrapping up the podcast.
Yeah.
And Moss says, yo, we need to talk about the Celtics.
Shit crazy.
We talked about all the other games from mad long, and we did kind of forget about the Celtics-Sixers series.
Well, we ain't going to forget about this week.
So we said last week, we'll just catch the Celtics are still in it. We'll just talk about them next week. So, Moz, I don't know. Did you want to talk about the good series the week before, or do you want to jump right into the current?
I don't remember what happened in the last series. I don't know. We won. We ended up winning. We made it in. You know.
I think me and Carl deserve like a little bit of credit for this week for how nice we've been.
Credit?
Yeah.
How so?
Because after each one of these losses, we haven't even come in the chat coming for you. And I thought about it a couple times. I'll be honest with you, because I'm watching the games. I'm like, I kind of want to say something, but it's not really my style to kick a man while he's down.
Yeah.
But that is 100% Carl's style to kick a man while he's down. I was shocked he was letting you live.
He got a few jabs in.
Just last night. After 3 games, it was like, all right.
I didn't get no jabs in. What did I say? Oh, imagine if Hero was out there.
You love your joke so much.
It was enough. I hate this guy.
He couldn't even get it out before he started laughing. When I said that.
Like he didn't know what the fuck we was talking about. Like, see?
That was funny though.
That was a good one. I
Dang,
agree.
man.
How you feeling though?
What's going on,
I had
bro?
A rough week.
That hurts. And you watched the whole game?
I watched the whole game. Why are you doing that? Yeah, I watched the game, bro. What the fuck? You think I want to watch it?
You watched all 3 of them shits?
Yeah.
Damn. Yo.
I ain't got nothing.
Oh, damn. That's hilarious.
That's crazy.
That's
hurtful. Our ass, bro.
Yeah.
There's only 2 series though. There's only 2 series left. I apologize, but we got to go a little game by game. Got to go a little game by game.
Yeah, we got to break it down.
It was the same thing every game.
Nah, well, I mean, game 1 was. Game 1 is always kind of a toss up. I feel like the not as good team steals game 1 more frequently than like other games throughout the series. It's not shocking to see the new series start. The lower seed catches game one. Game one, I think y'all had a pretty solid lead in the first half, and they ended up making a little comeback towards the end. Solid fourth. No, it was third quarter. It's third quarter when they put up 46 or something like that quarter.
Yeah. Solid lead in pretty much all of them.
I mean, how
Can't
do you
finish the
allow, what was
games.
the first game? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players with 15 points or more? God damn.
Don't start statistic fanning me right now, bro.
Bro, that's
Don't
not, I'm
stat
just
fanning me,
saying.
bro. Don't do that.
They
I
all
watched the
hooping
games.
on you.
I know
At
what
that
happened.
point, you know what I'm saying? They
I know what
all
happened.
hooping on you.
I know what happened, bro.
That's crazy. You got, I mean, all of these players, Kyle Lowry got 15. I don't even know this nigga's name. 15.
Whose name don't you know?
A lot of these motherfuckers don't know.
You don't want. You
This
don't
is what
know
I'm talking
ball.
about. I ain't responding to none of the
Carl
shit he
don't
talking
know
about.
ball.
He ain't got nothing that happened in the
I
game.
know
He
what
just
getting
reading off
dominated
stats.
look like.
He just reading off stats.
I mean,
I ain't got nothing to say
y'all
to
tried
that.
to stay in it.
I ain't got nothing to say to that.
Y'all tried to stay in
You
it.
seeing that from the stats? You getting
Yeah,
all that?
yeah,
I
yeah,
got you.
yeah.
I appreciate that.
I mean, I ain't turned. I saw y'all getting dominated. I ain't turned the TV. So
Game
We got
two.
whooped.
Game two is a Grant Williams game. Kind of what it gets remembered as. That one was.
Greg Williams, my ass.
I guess it was kind of similar,
What the fuck
but
he was thinking?
what did he do to Butler again?
What the fuck he was thinking?
he
He
hit.
came in the game. He hadn't been playing that much. You threw him in the game just to try to shake shit up because we got fucking whooped the first game. Threw him in. He had a couple of big shots, had a couple of good defensive plays. He was making some shit happen. He had some good minutes, and then he started barking on Jimmy Butler. Boy, I don't know what the fuck he was saying, but he was barking on him after he hit a three or some shit. I'm like,
Yeah.
all
that
right.
beige
I'm
rage.
like, all right, here we go. Jimmy just started smiling and shit. I'm like, here we go.
Yeah, bro.
Jimmy about to give him every single bucket until they take his ass out, and that's exactly what the fuck he did.
Did you see?
Clear out. Y'all go over
Did
there.
you see the picture or the video
Y'all
of
go
them
over there.
head to head?
No.
That was the first bucket.
Well, Grant
after the
Williams
first
hits the
bucket.
three and starts barking in his ear on the way back.
Yeah,
so
come back
Jimmy
down.
gets the ball, goes in, gets an and one,
Clear out.
and like almost like a headbutt. They're like forehead to forehead, screaming out and
Barking.
screaming on each other. Like they both get teed up. It was
After
pretty
the first
intense.
bucket. That was the first bucket
Yeah.
after he barked on him the first time. And then he did it every single time for like 3 or 4 more.
Yeah, I mean,
possessions.
you just putting
I
a
believe-
motherfucker like Jimmy
Till we
Butler
snatched him
in
off
his
the court.
element, though. Like, this dude thrives in controversy
You can't
and
do
like
that.
adversarial situations and shit. Like, this is exactly what he wants.
You can't
Like,
do that, bro.
Adversarial.
You can't do that.
yeah, it's
Just-
same
Just
thing.
helping you out.
Reversial, adversarial. It's
Yeah,
literally the
worry
same
about
thing.
it.
I was just
Yeah, it's the same
I
thing.
was just trying to help.
Yeah, that shit was sick. I don't know what the fuck he was thinking. We had a 9-point game or 9-point lead at the time before he
Yeah, I
barked. Once he
believe so.
barked, they cut that shit down, went up 2, and then we never got the lead back after that.
I believe the run was 20 to 4.
Never got the lead back after that. It was
20
over.
to
It was a
4
wrap.
from the moment he started talking shit. That was rough. That was
Insane.
rough.
You know what? At that point, I still wasn't really concerned necessarily. I'm thinking
I was.
the Celtics.
You lose your
they
first
could-
2 home games in the fucking Eastern Conference Finals. That shit is
Yeah, I mean, but it's a
That's a
7-game
concern.
series. I'm like, man, they could turn this thing around. But and it just take you to win that one, right? I mean, they didn't. They got whooped. That one they need, like you gotta win game 3.
We're talking about game 3. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
they got demolished.
Yeah, I know. For sure.
Game 3 was tough.
Tatum and JB been horrible.
Yeah.
They've been horrible.
Yeah, Tatum had a good game.
Y'all gotta
one,
step
but
up. Y'all
that was
gotta be
about
better.
it.
They gotta be better.
Even the role guys
Starts from the
haven't gotten the same.
Yeah.
Last
it
game,
starts
they
from
were
the
really
top down.
bad.
Start from
Brogdon
the
and
top
Smart
down.
haven't been able to get going the way they were in the previous series.
Yeah, it's sick, man. I don't understand. I mean, just looking off the last game, like you could just tell, like we ain't in the element. Ain't nobody got no energy. Ain't nobody put up no effort. It's just like, what y'all doing out there? Bullshitting around. Can't get it done like that. Out of all the coaches that have been fired, the one that needs to go right now when we lose is Mazzola. He got to go.
I think he's going to.
It sucks because he had a pretty decent year. It sucks. But you did inherit a team that was just in the finals last year.
Yeah, it's
So it's like we supposed to be what we supposed to be. And we got into these situations. Even last series, he was on some bullshit like when we was taking them L's at home, like, You let James Harden put up 40 on you twice, and we ain't do no adjustments to that? Like, I don't understand. So it was just like, I think they probably gonna give him the boot. They gotta give somebody the boot. It's probably gonna be him.
I think so too. I think so. I was listening to Bill Simmons this morning, and he's a huge Celtics fan. But him and this other dude Ryan Russillo, they talk quite a bit, or like in depth basketball shit. I like to listen to them on the finals or on the basketball stuff. But he was just talking about how inexperienced Missoula.
You could tell Missoula.
Yeah. He was talking about like how Darvin Ham and obviously Spoelstra and stuff were like assistants for like 15 years, 20 years, stuff like that, where they were just around the team and seeing what head coaching was like and stuff before they got the actual job. Missoula, he got knocked out of the NCAA tournament by Jimmy Butler's team.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Like he's our age.
Yeah, he's
like it's crazy.
Young boy.
He just doesn't have experience.
Al Horford is older than him.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't think. I mean, given how young he is, I wouldn't give him the boot. I would try to let him grow and you know.
I mean, it was kind of like just thrown in there off of what the
right.
So it wasn't like it was like a process.
Well, I don't know. I mean, you made the decision to make him the coach for a reason. So I would hang on to him for a little bit longer for that reason because he's so young. But that's something I guess we never really. We talk about like gloss over a little bit in basketball, but like when we talk about experience, we normally talking about the players on the floor and shit, but not really the head coaching experience as well too. And that's a huge factor of just even knowing when to fucking call your timeouts, you know? It's a lot of those things are a big deal. So the little details.
Yeah.
I think they got to fire him. Not like he, I don't know how.
Like he was a bad coach.
Yeah, I don't even know how to say it.
He wasn't great. He wasn't what we need him to be in the playoffs, I think.
I agree, but I think like the bigger issue is y'all got stars that are in the prime of their career. Like Tatum's 25, 26 years old, something like that. Like this is the time to win with him. You can't, like, I don't want to blame him as like he's the only reason, but it's like if he's inexperienced and can't get the job done, we can't wait 2 or 3 years. 2 years probably is all they would give him. We can't wait 2 more years to find out and have the team continue to turn over, new pieces coming in, going out, etc. I think they're too close right now to keep giving him a longer leash. I think they just fucked up and kind of jumped the gun hiring him as the interim because of all the stuff that happened with Udoka.
That's all it is.
Particularly right now with all the coaches that got fired. Like you could bring in a veteran coach right now that is ready to rock.
A lot of them available right now, for sure. That's all I'm looking at it. That's probably what they're going to do. But we'll see. It ain't over yet, technically.
Doc back? Bring Doc back?
No, I'm good on Doc.
Why not, man?
Yeah. He had his time.
In the block.
I appreciate him, though.
Doc's got to have one of the, like...
I appreciate him.
One of the worst legacies for somebody that has a championship.
He's so great,
like
right?
he's
but
like
he's so
not.
bad.
Yeah, he's just
But
not.
he's been riding off the championship he got for us. That's
For
the
sure.
one that he's been riding off his whole career.
But he's also, you know, his teams have been consistently good teams, right? I mean,
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's why it's highlighted because he's always in the hunt for a championship with every team that he coaches. So it's like, all right, you ain't got another one in over 10 years.
He just constantly,
he
loses game sevens.
He hasn't even got to a finals since his championship.
It's hard to make it. Maybe it take the Celtics and him to get back together and make it happen.
Oh no,
just say it.
I don't see that one happening.
Spin the block, bro. It work out for a little while sometimes.
What do you say to the people that are talking about maybe they need to blow the team up? It's been a couple of years now of getting so close and not being able to get over the hump. Do you think you think this affects him, this series?
Every offseason they talk about this shit, but this has been the first year where I actually can see it on JB.
Right.
You can see the stench on him a little bit that he really feeling like a little way about his role on the team. So I think they probably move him.
I'm starting to think
this
that
will be
too.
the year they probably move him. Because if we can get a chance to get, it's a lot of people are coming up on their contracts right now. A lot of big names.
Well, but that's what makes it hard though. He's one of them, right? Like he's a free agent now. Yeah. So are you saying let him walk or sign him back and try to move him?
Well, if he about to be a free agent, then we could just sign somebody else. I think we can get somebody else in to replace what he does. But yeah, he got to move. I don't think he's fucking with the vibe of the team right now. It don't look like it.
I mean, I agree. It does kind of seem that way.
And I don't like how every time we win, they in Tatum's face, but when we lose, they have JB in the fucking interviews, knowing like how he been feeling anyway. Like every loss, he's right there. They having him talking. They ain't talking to Tatum at all. So no, talk to Tatum. Talk to the team. Don't put JB out there in front because he probably like, yo, why the fuck y'all want to talk to me? Because y'all know, I've been feeling the type of way a little bit.
Might slip up and say something.
The media slick though. They know what the fuck they be doing.
Oh, for sure.
I won't say they're not doing that, but he's been really bad in the playoffs.
Yeah, that too.
Tatum's been a little bit inconsistent, but when you're the guy that puts up 50 in a game 7, like, you should be the one in front of the camera on that win. And when you're losing and Brown's shooting 5 for 23 or some shit like that, it's like, I want to talk to you a little bit. I think it kind of makes sense.
I guess. But it's kind of a little nasty to me. But you can see it. You can see it. You've been seeing it throughout the whole playoffs, how he been feeling a little bit. He had a little comments he made. So it's just like, hey, maybe it's time to make a move. If we can get some nice, see, and B and Giannis.
That's not happening.
You're going to have to make trades. You're going to have to make trades.
You think it way too high.
Shit's coming up. Just coming up out here.
I mean, you do need like something dynamic to pair with Tatum. And I mean, I'm just disappointed in the Celtics, man. Again,
I don't want Cat.
This is
okay, I'm good on Cat.
Man, he got that terrible clip of him with the for sure. Y'all see that shit?
Cat?
Yeah.
It's got a lot of clips.
Why he talk with a Canadian accent and he from Jersey?
He a weird dude, bro.
Did y'all notice that shit?
I didn't know that.
He talk like he from fucking Canada. He's from fucking Jersey.
Just because he talks soft?
Shit is weird.
Bro, his game,
when he does the hottest voice, he does like a little Canadian accent shit with that shit.
The way he plays basketball tells me everything I need to know about Karl Anthony Towns.
Yeah, you would think he's from Canada.
That tells me everything I need to know about that dude. So, I would pass on him as well too. But yeah, I mean, the Celtics are just disappointing, man. I really, they're supposed to be a team that's ready, and I've just been holding on to hope for them. I feel like I say this every year about them, that this is going to be the year for them to make it happen. But they never answer the call, man. And it seems like everything's lined up for it to work for them. And it's like their best players don't make the plays when they need to be made. It's not always about scoring. 45 is about like making them timely plays. Like Jimmy Butler ain't gonna be on every night, but when you need the bucket, he gonna make the shit. So I don't know if they can't do that consistently enough. They're big players.
We lost our identity, bro. Defense.
Yeah, it's been that way for a long time.
Defense been horrible. Like
that's been wild.
People scoring buckets at will.
Yeah.
When we lose that identity, then we all in the scramble.
But how does that happen when you have the same players?
I don't understand.
Ultimately?
I don't understand.
No, because even in the regular season, y'all had a good defense.
Yeah.
Once the playoffs started, it usually goes the other way. It seems like where the games get lower scoring, and it just seems like the series y'all have been in is mad points. And you got
a lot of people running.
Caleb Martin looking like an all-star right now.
Caleb Martin going crazy.
That dude, he's been probably the biggest surprise of the series. Jimmy's going to give you what Jimmy does, and Bam's been way better than expected.
Yeah, he's been balling.
He's stepped up to like the level that they used to talk about him
a few years ago.
Caleb Williams like that against us, though.
Oh, really?
He's always played like that against us.
Got you.
I don't know what it is. I think him and Tatum kind of cool or whatever, but whatever it is, whenever they play us, he always go up like that. So I was expecting that shit.
I didn't know that.
At the same time, I don't think Robert Williams had a double-digit rebound game yet. I don't think Al's had one yet. Yeah, I got Bam, but the other guy's Kevin Love. Y'all need to grab some fucking boards.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell's going on. You're not telling me Bam is just controlling all the boards like that where y'all can't get no rebounds.
Right.
Like, I don't know what the hell y'all
rebound game.
Yeah. Kevin Love, he's staying at 3-point. He don't even try to get no rebounds.
Not
he ain't even trying.
Not really anymore. He used to be that guy.
Yeah, but not this Kevin Love.
He's playing like 14 minutes now. He lost his spot to Caleb Martin.
Yeah. They maybe run the small ball.
Bro, you gotta tell me, like,
that's even more reason why we should get
when did Horford do the timeout pose shit? Was that last game?
It was game one.
Oh, it was game one?
Okay. Yeah.
Jimmy Petty. That's Petty.
That was hilarious. That was one of the best like images you'll see in the semifinals. I mean, I think that's hilarious.
I wouldn't say all that. You putting on a little extra. It was all right. It was a good move.
It's comedy.
Jimmy hasn't
That's
stopped
funny.
talking since the whistle blew for game 1 to start. That dude is in just a whole nother stratosphere with the confidence level. He has been talking nonstop every game, and then besides all the Grant Williams stuff in game 2,
Really, huh?
last night, every time he scored, he's pointing at Grant from the floor. Like, he's just a menace out there right now.
You really got to lean into your personality. Like, just embrace who you are. Those are the best people.
I think I've seen this before, but I was watching something from him earlier today talking about when he came in the league with the Bulls. And it was Joakim Noah and Derrick Rose, and I forget those 2 other people he named that are back with that team. Just talking about how they used to Boozer was one, yeah. How they used to practice and just would rip a teammate apart if he's like fucking up in practice and stuff. And
right.
He was like, that's all I know in the NBA. I learned that from those guys, and that's how I've always been. And we know all the stories of the teams that he's gone to afterwards that couldn't handle that personality that he had. But it is just interesting. I love listening to him give interviews and stuff. Like he's super humble and everything, but at the same time, like he knows the work he's put in.
Yeah,
and he'll also let you know. I don't know. He's got a great balance of that, I would say.
He grinded. I respect Jimmy. I respected him coming into the series. I knew what they was about. We got to get our shit together, but you know.
Would you agree it's over, or are you giving your team a chance?
Just about that.
It should be over. Like the way we play right there.
Yeah, I think everybody would say that.
Yeah.
What I'm asking you, sir, is do you think are you mailing it in, or are you giving your team a chance to come back from a 3-0 deficit?
We're not gonna come back.
Okay.
We're not coming back from 3-0.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I didn't expect you to say that, but
I would hope
that's the case.
We're not gonna come back. Like, I mean, if we steal the game the next game, I'm like, all right, they still got can get us the next. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's on some shit like when you down 3-0, like nobody's done it. It's never been done.
I don't see y'all winning game 4. I think they snatched your soul last game. They took the heart of the team.
Yeah, right. That's the game you had to win. Everything else after that is like almost like an exhibition. Yeah, at this point,
you know, put us out of our misery. I'd rather us go ahead and lose now in Miami than to win and lose it back at home.
Yeah, why keep fighting?
Because that shit, like, that's how we lost last year back at home. Like, we can't keep losing back at home. Like, it's a sour taste to your mouth to go into the offseason losing at home like that. Nah. Let's go out, man. Hey. But put up a good fight.
Well, I want y'all to at least get another
that shit
game.
Was embarrassing last game. That was fucking embarrassing.
That was very bad.
That shit, like, what y'all doing? Like, just don't embarrass yourself. Lose respectfully. Respectfully.
I don't think there's a such thing as a respectful sweep.
Not a sweep.
I'm talking about the loss.
They gonna get swept. I mean, at that point,
I'm saying that I agree with you. Like, there's no respectful sweep. But if you fight back, win 2 games, and go down in 6, it lessens,
right. I can respect that for sure. But you get swept. It don't matter how this last game go. You got swept.
Oh, right. No, I agree.
We get it, yeah. Fucking get it.
I hope y'all get at least 1, if not 2 more games, because I heard yesterday.
I wouldn't be mad at it.
I heard yesterday that the finals are starting June 1st, no matter what happens. So both of these series are a sweep.
Holy
we just
shit.
got a week of no basketball because they've got the schedule already set for the finals. So that would suck. I need some more games. Let's get both series. Well, actually, I'd just rather y'all go 7. Let's get the Lakers up out of here. But a little bit more basketball would be nice.
Fuck that. We're gonna compete.
Oh, he's talking himself back into
fucking
it.
Compete, bro. Fuck that, bro. I ain't going out like that, bro.
You already.
I ain't going out like that. We win the next 2, bro. Fuck that,
bro. I know.
We win the next 2, bro. We're gonna take this shit to 6.
If you get the next 2,
we're gonna take this shit to 6.
Then you just 1 game at a time. Huh? Only 2 more left.
1 game at a fucking time, bro. I ain't going out like that, bro.
No, bro. Don't go to yourself, bro.
They gotta wake up.
Leading to disappointment.
Tatum gonna wake up. Tatum gonna give me a 50 game. If he lose with a 50 game, then we just lost.
You know, you've already been like borderline on tears watching these games.
I ain't been on tears.
You've been close to it, I'm sure, watching these games. It's been devastating.
I haven't.
to you. So
It hasn't been
why
devastating.
even set your
It hasn't been
expectations that
devastating.
high again?
It hasn't been devastating because I respect the Heat. I ain't go into
Bro,
thinking we was gonna watch the
anytime
Heat
you
at
get
all.
whooped 3 times in a row, it don't matter how much respect you got for the opposition. It's like, yo, at this point, we just suck.
We're gonna be the first team in history to
And
win.
it's hard to watch.
We
You
coming
suck.
back. We coming back from down 3-0. Nah. I ain't going out like that, bro.
And then you gotta sit there and watch. It's painful.
That's the power of Carl right now.
Yeah.
What?
He just talked you out. Talked you from.
Because I ain't going out like that. He gonna be getting this shit off and think I'm gonna just, you got us.
I'm just telling
you think
the
I'm just
truth.
keep sitting over? Yeah, they got us. Yeah, so nah, fuck that.
They got y'all, bro.
We
It's
back,
over,
yo.
man.
Don't let
it
us win
go.
tonight. Tomorrow night.
I don't think they
Don't
will.
let us win tomorrow night.
You know who's the big winner of this series?
Oh,
Giannis.
Facts.
because we lose too.
Oh, because after he takes the shameful 8 seed, knocks out the 1, everybody's kind of down
This
on
is the
Giannis
team
and the
to
Bucks.
beat,
They then,
obviously.
they then take care of the Knicks, which I don't think gets them a ton of credit. But I mean, they're an 8 seed that could possibly sweep. Like at this point,
They ran the gauntlet. though.
when we think about this 5 years from now, it's not really going to be about like some 8 seed. They got kind of lucky. Like Miami has solidified themselves. So
We was gonna think about Jimmy Butler going off
Pretty
the
much.
entire playoffs.
Pretty
Nobody's
much.
gonna think about they were 8. That's gonna be like the last like little bullet point you bring up. Like, oh, and they were an 8 seed.
yeah.
Like, you know, they were a good ass basketball team, and well coached.
That's the Nuggets sweep.
We're just talking about.
I'm for
They
real.
remember that, man.
I'm really interested in how that's going to
Let's move
go.
on to the
but
next series. We didn't talk about Celtics enough, bro. So
I think that
Lakers,
works.
Nuggets.
I think that works.
Down
I don't
3-0.
have any-
Similar scenarios here. I mean, but at least the Lakers have
Well, this one-
played more competitive games. I would say.
A little bit. I mean, Boston's been competitive up until the last game. I think that kind of skews how the series has gone. But this one makes a little bit more sense because they're the 1 seed. Like, I actually feel more confident.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't think Boston's coming back by any means, but I feel more confident in Denver because they've just gone out and proved that we're the better team. Like there was never any doubt in our minds that we were better than y'all. In game 1, that was the Lakers' best chance. Game 1, they get 40 points out of AD. LeBron put up almost 30, getting almost 25 from Reeves. I mean, they played about as good as you could have possibly played that game.
Offensively.
And I think that was the game
At
where
some point, you got to stop somebody, though, man. Joker has a triple-double game 1, 34 and 21 boards.
yeah, it was a crazy joke.
Yeah,
man.
You know what I'm saying? 14 assists. Murray goes off on you for 31. Caldwell Pope was striking from 3. At some point, you got to play some defense, I think.
Nuggets got the best offense in the league.
Yeah, that's what they've been
Yeah,
saying. They had over,
they
but now
got
they're playing the
best-
fucking Nuggets.
They got the best facilitator, probably, in the league. So, I mean, that all makes sense as well, too. And then you throw in just Jamal Murray being on fire.
Yeah. So I mean, Murray's been, I don't want to say the biggest surprise because we all know Murray can ball, but like he's been the biggest difference maker. You know what Jokic is going to bring regardless. But
Murray
when
been
you
the
got
one.
Murray going off as much as he's
They
been
can't
going
do
off,
shit about Jamal Murray.
in game 2,
I don't think they're trying to do enough, though, to slow him
How much
down.
more can you do? You got to worry about Jokic.
Yeah, but at the same time,
What can you do?
Well, I mean, you got AD. Like, AD, you handle that shit. And, I mean, I know they can put him in like
he
different
can't.
actions and
He
stuff.
can't, though.
I know he can't, but he got to. This is
talking
what you
about?
got AD for. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, this is your assignment
Like, what
right
you
now.
talking about?
I need you to lock this dude down. Like,
With Jokic right there, what are you going to do about Jamal Murray? You going to switch him off of Jokic to get Jamal Murray?
no, I'm saying, like, he got to hold down the fort, and we're going to double Murray, bro. That's what I feel like you got to do.
Well, this is the beauty of the Nuggets,
They
though.
got shooters. You
Because
know?
I
for
think,
sure. For
It
sure.
don't matter.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say.
You
You got MPJ sitting in the corner. You got KCP sitting in the corner.
They've been
running off
striking.
shit.
You got to stay home.
At a certain
you got
point,
to
it's
stay
just-
home.
they haven't been missing shots.
Yeah, you got to stay home.
I think Porter's got the nicest looking jump shot in the league.
Yeah, shit, so.
That form is perfect.
Shit, so.
Yeah, he's a guy,
Absolutely
man. He's
perfect.
He's never really lived up exactly to what I thought he was going to be, but he's a great player, though. I mean, a
He
really
just hasn't
solid.
been healthy. This is the
role
first time he's
player.
been healthy for a full
Yeah.
season for the most part.
Yeah, for a while.
So
yeah.
it's like with the whole team, even Jamal Murray, like the last few years, they've been having big injuries to their top three or four players or whatever. So it's the first season they got everybody playing well and healthy and shit. So they hooping shooters.
I saw some picture on Twitter the other day that was talking about like y'all didn't give Jokic the MVP this year because he didn't win a championship with these guys, and it put up the team that he had either the year before, one of these past 2 years while those guys were hurt. It was like, I forget dude's first name, but like Campazzo was starting as their point guard for Jamal Murray's spot. Like the team they were putting out there was insane.
KCP.
But when they got all those guys right now, it's not even fair. And you get 40 out of AD, you got to win that game. I think game one is the one where the Nuggets had like a 15-point lead relatively late in the game, and it got cut down to 3. And there was a play where it was like a loose ball. Everybody's on the ground trying to get it. And somehow KCP came out with it, tosses it down court, and they get a alley-oop for Aaron Gordon that just kind of solidified the game. It was like a minute left. Yeah, completely ended it. But, yeah, I mean, I thought they looked pretty good in game one. I thought it was absolutely insane after game one ends, all of Twitter and all the media talking about they figured out a way to stop Jokic because Rui guarded him in the fourth quarter. He went like 0 for 2.
Possessions or something.
Yeah. He went 0 for 2 with like 3 turnovers or something. And it was like, oh, they figured out a way to stop Jokic. Bitch, get the fuck out of my face. Game 2, they tried that same shit and he'll cook Rui just like he did AD.
How you feel about what's his name, Malone?
I love Malone.
What Malone said about that, about how they was like, after the first couple games, they was just talking about the Lakers and what they need to do and how they They weren't showing the Nuggets no respect. I was like, yo, it's been like that, though. It's been like that for the Nuggets.
I mean, I ain't trying to go back to the other series, but it's the same thing in the other series.
Yeah.
It's like after every game, it's like, well, Boston's going to do this. Lakers are going to do this. Like these two teams, the two NBA legend franchises are the media darlings.
Control the media. Yeah. Right. Yeah. That's the clickbait right there. Nobody's Googling the Denver Nuggets a bunch, it's just not happening. So.
Game 2 though, game 2 is when Murray took over in the fourth.
He went crazy.
He was like 5 for 17 through the first 3 quarters, and then in the fourth went for something like 18, I think.
Yeah, he had like 15 and then finished with 37.
Yeah.
Off the fourth alone.
Yeah, I mean, I still feel like, man, it's just, you got to do something to stop a dude when he going out. I think they did try to put LeBron on him for a little bit, didn't they? Or am I making that up?
They've tried everybody. They've tried Vanderbilt. They've tried LeBron. Look, I'm not trying to say LeBron's not any good.
But he's never been a great defender.
He's not the defensive stopper. I mean, he had some years where you could put him on somebody to try to slow him down just with his sheer physicality and his physical attributes. He's not that guy anymore. And they can give, Vanderbilt's a good defender. They can give him as much props as they want about how well he defended in the series before. But this is the whole team. Like the whole team, the way they got the offense set up, and when Murray's in that kind of zone, it just hasn't mattered. But I agree with you. I mean, you got to figure out something.
Because, I mean, right now, the dudes just throw the ball up, and it's like into an ocean or something. Like, he's not hitting anything. To him, the rim is like,
I mean, Murray out here playing with he got a point to prove anyway.
Yeah.
You see how what all the comments that he's saying after the games, like, he's been feeling disrespected. He think he one of the top 5 best players in his league as far as guards is concerned.
He's been straight.
He doesn't get talked about.
Yeah, he doesn't get talked about in that conversation. It's almost similar to, I know you got an issue with your old boy, but to Devin Booker. Him and Devin Booker are in the same lane to me. I was like, as far as respect they get and accolades or whatever. But them motherfuckers is nice. Like, every time you get them in a situation, they nice and they put up points and they do what they supposed to do. So it's like, you gotta show that man some respect. He gonna get some buckets.
I don't know. I mean, this doesn't really make sense, but I think it's true. I think both of them, when you talk about like the top guards, it's usually top point guards.
Yeah.
Is what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And they don't have like what you think of as point guard attributes. Like they get buckets. I mean, they can both pass all right.
Consider as like a point guard.
Nah, me neither. So I think they get overlooked a little bit for that. And then playing out west doesn't help when you're not the Lakers.
Right.
There is legit East Coast bias. Yeah, Golden State, of course.
That's a fact.
So I think they just kind of get forgot about. But yeah, I agree with Murray on that. The Lakers, I mean, they must have done something. Because in the second half of game 3, after Murray went for 30 in the first half,
he only got 7.
Shit,
yeah, I mean, they figured out a way to change that. But
how often does a guy stay hot regardless, though, that long, you know.
I didn't expect him to put up 30 again in the second half, but like a 6-point half or a 7-point half would be
a big drop off.
Not a good game if he does that for the full game. But I just keep coming back to the Nuggets as a team. When when Murray does that in the first half and they're like, all right, we're not going to let him do that in the second half, then Jokic takes over. It's not fair. I mean, he kind of dominated the second half playing through the post.
Yeah, I mean, that's the dilemma. I mean, they're the best team in basketball. And at this point, I expect for them to be holding up the trophy at the end of it. So,
it's looking that way, but depending on what happened in our series,
if it goes 4
I ain't
or
counting
5,
the fucking Heat out. I ain't counting the Heat out at all.
No, that's kind of
Can't
where
keep
I'm
doing
at.
that every series now.
I'm going to until they win the championship. And at this point, I'm already wrong. I think everybody is already wrong about the Heat. But like, all you can go off of is what you've seen up until now and kind of what the numbers say. And they're going to come into that championship. Denver's clearly going to be the better team.
yeah.
If the Heat win the championship, they deserve all of the credit they're going to get for it. But I couldn't bet against Denver if that is the championship.
Right.
But it'll be
absolutely not.
I think it'll be a great series. If it does get to that team, I would still expect it to go 6 or 7. I don't see any chance that Miami gets knocked out early if they do lose the series at all.
Damn right. Damn right.
Lakers. What do you think about the Lakers, like, for the future? I think they've overachieved to get to the point that they're at right now. I told you before the series or before the playoffs started, I didn't expect them to make a run. Moss had called this run. I thought you were completely off on this. Yeah. So they've overachieved in my opinion.
Season. Like them two guys healthy, they're going to be in the playoffs. They're going to make some noise, and that's exactly what they did. They stayed healthy. Look where they at. Western Conference Finals.
I mean, they were garbage until the trade deadline. They shored up all kinds of issues, but I mean, moving forward, D'Angelo Russell's a free agent. I don't think they bring him back. He's been a massive dud in the series.
He got to get it together.
I think Reeves is going to get paid, and what I was seeing is that the Lakers max that they can offer him is 4 years, $50 million.
They're going to try to snatch Kyrie.
I wouldn't now. If they can do that, then obviously it'll be a whole different team to talk about. But I don't see how they keep Reeves. Somebody's going to offer him more than $50 million.
Probably.
Even if it's like somebody like the Nets that doesn't have a bunch of money on the payroll, like he would be a guy I would definitely be wanting to get a hold of if I was Brooklyn. Pause.
Somebody would do that. I think that'd be not a smart move, though. I don't think he would be that guy anywhere else. I think he's a good guy to have in your team, like a rotation guy. But to get the money that somebody going to offer him, I don't think he'd be worth that.
Yeah, I don't know if I even see him as a starter necessarily on any other team.
Yeah. Why? I'm not saying he's not a 1 or even a 2.
Not to say if your team is really good, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't think he should be a starter on a really good team.
Could he be
a starter on most teams in the NBA?
Have a job.
Probably so, but I think
he's like Dellavedova.
No,
he's like a
Dellavedova. No,
he's better than that.
He's putting up 20 plus a game.
He's better than that.
All playoffs.
You forget what Dellavedova did in that fucking playoff?
He played great defense. He didn't score.
He was scoring a little bit.
He still let up a lot of points to Steph Curry. Steph Curry ran that boy stupid.
He got credit for a lot of effort.
Saying, but
he's way better.
He's better than Dellavedova, but I don't think. I don't view him as that kind of player. I do view him as a guy who should certainly get minutes and play a lot.
That's crazy.
Should he be a starter on your team and your team is one of the best in the league? It's not. I don't think that's going to happen.
It's the case now.
They're not one of the best in the league.
They're the last 4 teams in the
Yeah, I mean, you can say that, but I mean, what? Come on. Let's be real. Come on.
They just took out the Warriors and the Grizzlies. Grizzlies were a 1 seed.
Yeah, all right. I mean, you could certainly that's a fact for sure. But nobody was talking about the Lakers as one of the best teams in the league at all. And you still wouldn't say that about, I mean, any of these. I mean, there was a bottom seed.
He should be a starter.
They got LeBron James.
He is a starter.
He's still playing with LeBron James.
So. Yeah. I agree with you. I don't think he's going to be that dynamic with a lot of different teams. Whoever's going to pay him is not going to be that good of a team to me, to where they should give him that money.
Right,
it's gonna be like a low level team. He might be all right. He gonna get some buckets.
I think his best bet would be to stay with the Lakers.
That's what I believe. He should stay.
I mean, look, as far as I don't totally disagree with that because they're gonna have AD and LeBron back next year regardless. It's a good fit for him to stay and be the third option if they're not picking up another big name. But he's clearly a starter, and I would imagine that if he can get 4 for 50 is the max that they can go, that somebody is going to go 4 for 80.
Yeah.
And he's a guy that was signed to the Lakers off a 10-day contract, wasn't even in the league.
Yeah.
If you're going to offer me a 4-year, $80 million contract to go elsewhere instead of 4 years, 50 to stay with the Lakers, I certainly would be open-minded to be out the door to whoever that is.
I mean, for sure. No doubt.
And I don't think that's a crazy contract. These motherfuckers right now are getting like the top stars are getting 45, 50 million in the NBA. They're talking about Jaylen Brown is going to get about 50.
If Jordan Poole got that money, then Austin
20 is not that much in the NBA anymore.
Yeah, he can get it too. So,
Jordan Poole's better than him.
Huh?
Jordan Poole's better than him.
I would rather have Reeves.
I would rather have Reeves. I'm not saying that he's a better player, but like for playoff, like, and just consistency, I'll give me Reeves over Poole.
I mean, yeah, but again, you got to attribute that playoff and consistency to playing with LeBron and AD.
But I think
he plays with fucking Steph Curry though.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think that kind of is what makes me even more strong-willed on Reeves over Poole is that Reeves plays the role player position to like the highest level that you could have a role player play. Poole, we saw Poole dominate when everybody was gone and he's the only guy that could shoot. He'd give you 35
Poole got
points.
knocked out by one of the staples on Warriors before the season started.
Shouldn't have been talking that shit.
Changes some shit a little bit.
Sure, it can change some chemistry. It shouldn't make you a bad basketball player all of a sudden.
I don't think he became a bad basketball player.
CTE is
their whole
putting up 11 points a game. And
that whole shit been a rebuild the whole season to me. That's why they had slumps like being the worst road team and shit like that. That's like team chemistry shit is why you go through those type of slumps. You know what I'm saying?
But as an individual player, he had the worst year that he's had in his career.
Sure. After having like his best one because Curry was hurt. So
right.
It's just different scenarios. I still think Poole's better player than fucking Austin Reeves. I fuck with Austin Reeves. He's a baller, but I think fucking Poole's not.
But I'm saying I would if you're a bad team that's going nowhere, I would rather have Poole. Because he can go put up 30, 35 points a game and be an exciting player to watch. If you're a good team
who belong on the Wizards,
they're too good for him. He needs to be on an even worse team than that. They got Beal and Kuzma that want shots. He needs a team where he could just shoot the ball and it doesn't matter. If you got a good team and you're looking for somebody to contribute into being a better team, I think Reeves is the easy option.
Sure.
But
that's
gonna get Poole's ass. He's gonna be hooping for somebody soon if he don't stay with the Warriors.
They're gonna lose a lot of games. They're gonna be balling, but they're gonna lose a lot. Like fucking go to the Rockets.
Not a team that's gonna make him the star of the team. Yeah, they gonna lose a lot of games, but if he goes to a good team, it'll be a nice piece to add to somebody's squad.
Yeah,
I guess. What do you think about? I think it's retarded. People talking about how nobody wants to see a Heat Nuggets championship.
Who's saying that?
This is kind of a general conversation.
I think at this point, that's what we want to see.
Right. Anybody that actually likes basketball is mad.
The Lakers and the Celtics. Like what we talking about.
But they've been bad up to this point. The Celtics have been spotty.
Yeah, hindsight is 2020. Going into these Final Fours, you will want to see the Lakers and the Celtics.
Yeah, but I'm saying right now.
I didn't want to see any part of the Lakers in any kind of finals game. They're a terrible team.
But I'm saying right now, if you're a real basketball fan, you can see that these two teams have been the most dominant. We want to see them battle it out. If you're a casual fan that just wants to see who can have the most stars sitting courtside and have the biggest names, then of course Celtics, Lakers would be the way to go.
Yeah, all that comes with it, but it's still two of the greatest organizations in the NBA. Like, you know what I'm saying, coming to their head. tied at 17 chips. It's still a big, like, it's more basketball elements to it, too. Of course, the celebrities.
Except for the actual basketball.
The actual basketball elements is a part of it, too.
Like, what do you mean by that?
The actual basketball players, or
the Lakers and the Celtics is the biggest rivalry in basketball.
Product, though,
yeah,
people get.
That's my point, though. Yeah, you're just saying that the names
That's
on
in
the
hindsight because they both down 3-0. Going into it, they won't look at as the worst product. What y'all talking about? Are we talking about the same shit right now?
I mean, I think going into it, I
suppose we can say that now that we both down 3-0.
I think everybody wants
That's
to
what
see
I'm
the
talking
Nuggets in the finals over the Lakers. Or I'm not saying everybody. Like, that's not a Lakers fan.
All right.
Would probably prefer to watch. I mean, the Lakers could barely shoot jump shots. So nobody wants to watch that shit in today's NBA.
All right. I mean, I don't know. It's fucking LeBron. How many fucking fans does LeBron have? Like, what are we talking about right now?
That's even more reason why nobody would watch him in the fucking finals.
If you're a LeBron hater, but it's a lot of LeBron fans that would have loved to have LeBron in the fucking
For sure, but again, the Lakers brand of basketball right now is not a great product overall.
I think we're saying the same things two different ways. I agree with you that if you polled the amount of people that watch any basketball at all, who would you rather see? Lakers Celtics would be the choice.
That's what it is.
My point is, I'm saying if anybody is a basketball fan,
right.
you want to see these two teams that have proven themselves. Just getting the name of some casual.
Saying I hate watching Heat games because it's not that.
No, I have all year.
So it's like no, we're gonna act like we love watching Heat games now because they've up 3-0.
We're gonna act like they're not a different team in this playoffs than what they've been the entire season. They were 8 seed for a reason. They played boring ass basketball. Right now, they're playing the best basketball in the league, probably.
All right, yeah, sure. Yeah, I'm saying, and with up 3-0, both of them, yeah, of course, you say that now. I'm saying going into the finals, first finals,
I'm not disagreeing.
People want to see the Lakers and the Celtics.
I'm not disagreeing with that. I agree with your point. Now let's go to a second point.
Yeah.
My point was, as of right now, people that are complaining that those two teams are not going to be in the championship and saying it's going to be a boring championship because we're getting Nuggets Heat. My point is, I think that is retarded. And those people don't know basketball. Those are casual fans that like to check their Twitter and see LeBron talked about and get in on the LeBron conversation. If you're an actual basketball fan, as of right now, and you still wish that it was the other two teams, I think you're crazy. That was my whole point. I agree with you that the majority
being crazy either.
As of right now, you think if somebody said they would rather see the championship be the Celtics Lakers, as of right now, while both of them are down 3-0.
Why would that be crazy?
Because both of those teams have proven they don't belong there.
Okay. I mean, the series ain't over yet.
It is.
If they both come back down 3-0 and win it, it would change the whole perception again.
Yeah, you said change the entire earth for reality we live in.
Yes.
This has never happened.
Yes.
You said it. Whatever you want me to do, I will do if both teams do it. You said it. You set the stakes. I don't get anything out of this. If they both come back from 3-0, I'll do anything. Think of the most embarrassing thing. I'll pay you money, whatever you want.
All I'm saying is like that narrative changed because they down 3-0 now. That's all I'm saying.
I agree.
That's all I'm saying. That narrative was on point, on par before the finals started. That's all I'm saying.
I've never.
But you're a Lakers hater, so
I'm not a hater.
You've been hating on them.
Bro, embrace it.
You're a Lakers hater.
It's fun.
I'm not a Lakers hater.
You are. You've been praying on their downfall ever since they traded your boys away.
I'm not a hater.
That's all you've been praying on is their downfall. And they've been.
I'm one of the biggest Kobe fans you'll ever know.
He's like a hurt father.
We ain't talking about Kobe ain't in the league no more. We talking about right now. In the past 3 to 4 years, you've been a Laker hater.
You would have thought they traded your sons.
It's all right. Yeah. Ever since they did that, you were like, this shit ain't gonna work. They're gonna fail forever. They're never gonna win another championship. And they did.
They should have.
And they back in the Western Conference Finals.
They want to have one. See what happens.
You just hate it.
Yeah, they got that half.
They got a half.
You can't say we see what happened. They already won a
quarter of one.
They already won a chip.
Half a championship. But yeah,
they already won a chip, bro.
We'll have plenty of next week to talk about the upcoming series since there won't be any games to cover.
No, I'm about to say it's over the next couple nights here.
Yeah, by Tuesday.
Yeah.
The series will be set. So I'm saying there won't be any actual basketball to cover next week.
No.
All we'll be able to talk about is the next upcoming series.
Speaking of the Nuggets, a legendary Nugget, retired today.
Put that number in the rafters, son.
Yeah, I was about to ask you, bro, how you Who's 15 is going to get retired first? Is it
Just
gonna be
retire
Melo
the
or is it
number
gonna be
15.
Jokic?
Just retire the number 15. I honestly didn't realize that Jokic wore 15 until today. Till today.
I didn't know that either.
I just found out today.
Yeah, it was always a thing. They always just bring that shit.
I think I don't have a strong take on this. I think they should retire his number. Like, obviously, Jokic wears it until his career is over, but he changed the Nuggets franchise.
He did.
The Nuggets were on nobody's radar until Melo came around.
Yeah.
He didn't win a championship, so if they don't do it, I got no problems with them not retiring his jersey. Like, it's not like he actually brought rings to the franchise, but he changed the narrative, put them on the map.
Put him on the map.
I think it would be cool. I hope he's at the game. Well, I guess he wouldn't be in LA tonight.
They bring back them Carolina blue unis.
Yeah, that was hard.
They need to go back to
so far.
This was hard.
So far.
Get your pair of Melos with it.
Hell yeah.
It'd
be cool if he was at some of the championship stuff. Like just at the games.
Yeah.
Did something with the Nuggets or whatever.
They should do something.
They can't retire his jersey, though. That can't happen.
Why is that?
Not when another great player is wearing the same number now. It's just,
but,
arguably, if Joker wins a ring at that point, it's like, arguably, he's the better player, or really not even arguably. He's a back-to-back MVP.
You're holding your man.
He's probably the better player. So
hold down your man. Don't let him talk about him like that.
No,
Jokic is the better player right now. They don't need a championship. He's won multiple MVPs. He's going to end up being one of, if not the best center that we've ever seen play basketball by the time he retires. I think he's better than Melo right now. So, no, I don't have any issues with that. As well as I don't have a strong take on this. If they don't do anything, then they don't do anything. I don't think it's that big of a deal if they retire the number. And like I said, like they're not going to make Jokic change his number. It is what it is, just like moving forward. 15, maybe not even retire it. Just do like the Heat do, where they just put the name in the rafters or whatever.
Right. That's fine.
I just think something like that would be cool, particularly right now while they're in their championship run. Just kind of a nice time to come together. But I don't have any strong thoughts on it. He didn't win a championship, so it's hard to take like a super hard stance that they have to honor him with this. I just think he put them on the map.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah, they should do something. He's like, when you think of the Nuggets, you really do think of Melo. I mean, I know he did play for the Knicks after that, but it was just like, you think of Melo with the fucking Nuggets. Yeah. That's that prime Melo that you think about for real.
Yeah, I guess.
The retirement thing it's a little bit weird just because he hasn't been playing for a couple of years now. Yeah. So it's not really like something changed. But I guess it's just like him making it official now. Yeah, opens up opportunities for them to be like a ceremony thing with the Nuggets or with the Knicks or something like that. Like he's officially done. Official. So it's cool. I mean, it sucks that he's officially done.
19 seasons, man. A lot of people don't last that long. That's crazy.
Was he still waiting around for a call or something? Like,
I'm sure he probably was.
You thought somebody?
It's only been like a season or two.
I think it's been 2 seasons. I think it's been 2. I could be wrong, but
I think it might be 1.
I kind of find it hard to believe he was still expecting 1.
Well, yeah, this one now 2 because he didn't play last year. So yeah,
2. I think after last year he was, but throughout this year, I would find it hard to imagine that he really thought that there was anything coming still.
Of course.
I don't know what the thought process was.
Yeah,
I can't imagine that there will ever be a player that I like more. But I also thought that about Iverson at one point in time. So I won't rule it out. But Melo doing what he did at Syracuse, it's not even a knock against AI. AI is still my second favorite player of all time, but he didn't bring a championship to my favorite team that had none before. So
yeah, that's a big deal.
I can't imagine ever anybody being over Melo for me.
That's a different level.
One more basketball news. We got a response from John Morant.
Yeah.
I guess.
Little response. What do you say?
Nothing, in my opinion.
I know I've disappointed a lot of people who have supported me. This is a journey, and I recognize there's more work to do. My words may not mean much right now, but I take full accountability for my actions. I'm committed to continuing to work on myself.
Is that the copy and paste from 2 months ago?
Well,
Right.
It's a conspiracy out there. They're saying your boy used ChatGPT.
I thought that was just a joke. Is that an actual conspiracy?
About ChatGPT? Was it probably something where you could type something in and it'll give you an answer, or you could type it to do something and it'll give you an answer immediately? It's like an AI type of source that people use. Because people put in the same thing, put in an apology for the exact same situation. And it's basically almost word for word what he said.
Is that an actual conspiracy? I thought this was just a joke. Like somebody created
No,
a meme.
I mean, I've heard it's like people know
No,
that
it's
shit.
like a real thing. Like you can
That's what
do it,
Shannon
you can do
Sharp
it yourself.
said. He said that shit on Undisputed.
No, I
like,
know
with
you
AI.
can. I've used it before, but I don't think that's a real story. I'd
I
have
don't
to
know.
see it proven to me.
Never
But
know.
I suppose he had to say something.
That's funny though.
He didn't say anything. I don't have any real take on this. Nothing matters. Nothing he could say matters.
No.
There's nothing he could. There's no like perfect. Anything he could have said would have changed anything for me. Like you've got to change. You've got to present for a period of time that you haven't continued to do the same stupid shit. So I don't see anything changing for. He needs the offseason to hurry up. He needs to get back on the court and make people forget about off court stuff. Until then, he'll continue to be kind of murmured about and talked about until he changes that.
I wonder what's taking so long for them to put his suspension on.
There's no reason to. I don't think they want to talk about that during the end of the playoffs.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
When it comes around next year, probably like a month before the season, there may be an actual NBA decision put in place, but there's just no rush for it right now.
Yeah. People been going in. And they ease up off Ja a little bit, man. Did some stupid shit. He'd be all right, yo. He'd be all right.
I think they should give him 25 games.
I expect more.
I think he'll be all right.
I expect
people
more.
talking about the season. I'm like, all right, we're getting out of control.
Stephen A. said that, right?
Yeah.
I think they should give him 25 games.
The season is crazy. He didn't break the law.
I agree.
It was stupid. It was dumb. He should get punished, but the season is crazy.
Yeah, I agree.
That's wild.
That doesn't make much sense.
Yeah. He didn't break the law, brother. Chill out.
I mean, I don't know if there is a set amount of games that, I mean, you know, like I said, probably somewhere around 15 games or something would be.
Yeah. Quarter season at the max. 16
games, somewhere around there.
That's fair.
Whatever. I mean, that probably sounds about right, but I expect more of this.
Which the quarter season will hurt him even more.
I don't think it's going to change.
Quarter season will probably hurt even more because he won't be eligible to get any accolades for the season.
Well, I think that's why I
have
kind of
65 games to start next season to be getting accolades.
That's kind of why I think 25 games might be.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's 20.
So now
either way, there's something enough
for
where
this season he missed it on fucking all NBA teams and missed out on 40 million or something like that.
Yeah.
And he'll miss out on that next season. That seems like a pretty hefty sentence to give somebody.
I agree.
It is what it is. But
yeah, I don't really have a thought on like if we're gonna see more. I have no reason to not think that he won't do something else stupid again.
Oh,
now.
I made my mind up. At this point, he's doing this shit on purpose. This is self-sabotage. This is, I'm not sure. I mean, at this point, this is a mission or a goal of his is to see how much I can embarrass myself, ultimately.
yeah. I mean, hey, it's a kid, man. A lot of money. Go fuck up.
It was like he's not a child.
Just look at it like, I mean, he's not a child. He's a man. He's a grown man. But he's still a young dude that came from small ass city, now up 200 M's with the keys to the city of a franchise. It's a lot to put on a 23-year-old. Well, he came to the league, what is it, 18, 19?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's a lot to put on a 19-year-old. I mean, and you ain't never really had no issues, nothing happened to you. You feel like you feel yourself a little bit.
But I just feel like
different thing.
I get it though. Like if my career or my field was like in rap, I would understand him being like, oh, I look up to rappers, so I got to be like Quavo and them. You know what I'm saying? I got to be like Lil Wayne and how they was and shit. But it's like you in the NBA, LeBron don't do none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You can't compare him to LeBron.
yeah, yes, you can. They play in the same fucking league. You can't compare him to LeBron. He's a premier player.
Since he was fucking 15 years old.
But all we
Ja came out of nowhere.
All we
Literally
talking
nowhere.
about is character, bro. All you gotta do is do similar shit to him. Like,
If you can't see the difference in their situations, I don't know why you comparing that.
I
Like,
think
you can't see,
LeBron's,
it's a totally different thing.
but what's the difference? Like, you can say LeBron come from worse backgrounds than what somebody like Ja did.
I think LeBron's
What the fuck
kind of
was LeBron's father
LeBron
at?
was the biggest phenom to come before he came in the league than anybody
know.
ever.
That
in
means there's
history.
less pressure on him on Ja. Like, LeBron had more pressure than anybody in NBA history
We ain't talking about
to
pressure, though.
deliver.
We're talking about doing dumb shit.
Oh, well, but that pressure creates a motherfucker doing some dumb shit.
I think LeBron's a tough standard because he's like the best.
Yeah.
Not the best at basketball, but like he's the greatest
Off the court dude ever.
standard that you could reach. Like you're saying
Well,
right now,
but
he had more pressure.
but-
He had a greater reason to fuck up, and
That's
he
the
didn't.
LeBron is, of course, the exaggeration.
Right,
But it's a bunch of motherfuckers in the NBA we never hear anything about.
But that
You get what I'm saying?
There's a bunch of them that ain't got the name that John Morant has either.
We don't hear
might
shit
just not
about
know the
KD.
dumb shit they
We don't
do.
hear shit about Steph Curry. Like,
He's
nothing
not
doing no
he's not in
stupid
the
shit.
job Morant category we're talking about. These are all 34 or 33-year-old guys.
But we never
Been in the league
heard
over
these
10
things
10
about these
decades.
players, though. That's all I'm saying. Like, look at the great players that you've seen in your life, or just in the recent last decade. They're not being talked about like Ja is, like doing this type of shit, right?
Well, there are plenty of
people did
examples
fuck
of
up.
people that did though.
Yeah, mad people fucked up.
But were
Just went
they
on social media to put it
were
on.
they on the level of Ja? I mean, we talked about Gilbert Arenas a long time ago.
Both of my favorite players you could put in there, AI and Melo, both got in really stupid trouble early in their career.
And they were stars.
You
happened,
just said
they ain't the
Gilbert.
first.
I mean, J.R. Smith is not on the caliber of Ja, but he got in some stupid shit when he was a kid. I mean, Kobe, a little bit later into his career, got into some pretty serious trouble, but it's not unheard of. I don't disagree with your point in general that like he doesn't have an excuse and he's doing stupid shit, but it's not unheard of when you've got somebody that reaches that level of status at a young age that does some really stupid shit.
See what it is, bro.
Yeah,
I agree with you though. I'm just saying that there are people that have.
It'll be all right.
yeah. I
The
mean,
part that doesn't
I
make
don't
any
know.
sense to me is like I could understand it more if he got in trouble with something like drugs or like fights.
Yeah.
Like he has gotten in trouble for some fighting, but like stuff where you're actually doing something, kind of living in the fast life.
Yeah.
Continuing to put guns on the internet is just, I don't even understand how you could be that stupid.
I mean, yeah. And it also makes it like, all right, it's not even that crazy. Like, he hasn't done anything really that crazy.
I mean, some of the fight stuff is pretty wild.
I mean, some of the
that's
fight
just
stuff
wild.
does sound a little bad. But
You try to jump people,
but
and
that's
shit
not
out
what
here.
people going crazy about. It's about this gun on Instagram shit. Like,
Because we got
Yeah.
video.
it's dumb as hell. But it's not like, yo, he wildin'. I feel like people reacting like, yo, he wildin'. Why you do? It's like, he ain't wildin'. He's just a kid that doing shit that he look at growing up. Like,
No,
it's
I
like,
think it is balling because I don't think
he
you're
wildin'.
looking at it on the.
I don't think he wildin'.
Bro, I'm telling you, that shit real as far as
I
like.
think wildin', if he was on the internet, had beef with somebody, was popping off in the joint with
But that's
that
what
would
he
be
want.
wild.
That's what
Like,
he
yo,
want.
you wildin'.
That's the lifestyle he wants. That's the lifestyle
wild
he
to
think
be.
he think he walking outside to ops every day and shit out of his mansion. That's the lifestyle he want, and that's the frequency he casting out. That's what I'm saying. It's bigger than oh yeah, he is wilding, bro. Because this is why would you want to try to
I don't
attract
think
this
it's wildin',
lifestyle?
though. We didn't see wildin'. Like I said, you be talking about him like he the first one in the league to do some bullshit. We didn't seen people be wildin' that's been in the league.
Yeah,
This ain't
were
wild.
they up 200
This just doing
wins at
dumb
the time?
shit. This
though?
just
It's
dumb.
like, and I'm not saying he the only person to do this or whatever, or I'm not saying that he can't recover from it either. But I just don't expect him to at this point because I expect him to keep destroying himself.
I think it'll be all right.
Well, I mean, once I see a pattern,
Like I said,
I
this-
recognize it initially, and I expect it to continue. That's what the betting odds would say, right?
That's why I'm
You
saying.
would be a fool to bet against the pattern, and if you
It'd be the small motherfucking gambler that actually hit on the shit that won't nobody think about.
Very simple.
That's the real when you hit the joint that won't nobody think about.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like the betting odds would say
I place that bet he'll be all right. It'd be all right. It's not that egregious or that wild that it was like, oh, ain't no coming back from this.
Yeah, he ain't get arrested or no shit like that.
That's why I say he'll be all right.
But he's got a pattern. He's got a pattern of arrestable offenses that, like, when you do this shit the wrong way at the wrong time, it's either like somebody gonna take offense to it, or you probably end yourself up getting jailed or something. Like,
if you had to bet, does he get arrested or not within the next 3 years?
I would say 12 months.
I wouldn't think he gets
I would
say 12 months.
I would bet on his arrest. I would. I mean,
I would bet on it.
He's heading in that direction.
On Instagram playfully. But I wouldn't think that.
I don't think you can. But it's not. I don't think you can flash guns playfully. But it's not. That's the problem with our whole mentality.
Fingertips,
bro. Bro, I don't
might have been records. That's our problem. Like he was threatening nobody.
Whole problem with this whole mentality about guns and stuff. Like, I'm a person who views guns as a necessity in life. Like, I think everybody should have one, but I think nobody should know that you have one, because you're an idiot to let anybody know. So you just playing with it. This is a death tool.
The area he grew up in, bro.
But that is not
tree guns. Bro, this is youngin' tree guns.
This is a death tool, right? But this is the problem, though. Sure. He's not a youngin' no more. Sure. At what point do you stop calling yourself and stop calling this dude a kid and say, actually, that's a grown man?
He is a grown man.
All right, then. So at what point does he stop playing? At what point does a grown man stop playing with toys or playing with guns? Because I mean, as a kid, you should know that that's a kid with any kind of wisdom or any kind of person who passed knowledge down to him would know that's what only a silly, stupid motherfucker would do.
Sure, I agree with you. It's dumb, bro, but he'll be all right. It's not that serious to me. I don't think it's that serious to me.
I think you're
people do way wilder shit.
For sure. I'm not saying he's the worst person in the world. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's people like Henry Ruggs out there. Like, this motherfucker killed somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get that. Like, it's worse things you could do. But again, the cycle that he is in right now is not favorable for him. And I just expect for it to continue. I don't expect for him to jump out the cycle. I don't know if anything significant enough has happened to him to break his current patterns that he's living in right now. I don't think he's going to withstand. This a nigga that portrayed the image of somebody who don't give a fuck, right? So I expect for that image to keep going.
I don't think so.
I agree. That's why I want him to get 25 plus on the suspension. I think he needs something before it becomes something major. I agree with you. I think if it was just the pictures, if the pictures were the only things that have happened in his whole career, I don't think it would be made as big of a deal as it is right now. But because he's got the fight with the kid, he's got
two fights with kids, right? He got the one with
multiple altercations
at the basketball court, one at a Foot Locker where he was trying to jump the dude at the Foot Locker. Then he's got the incident where he's pointing lasers at a team bus.
That's what I was gonna say.
Now I'm just saying, it's just a pattern.
It sounds like
so I expect for you to do.
He gonna grow out of that shit.
I expect for somebody to come and test your gangster, and you to do something else stupid in the future because of it.
And you kind of put a target on yourself as well.
You think you that dude? You know what I'm saying?
He's that off the rails. He might need to change up his group around him a little bit, but I don't think he's that off the rails.
Chris Brown's still out here wilding,
bro. He's going to be locked up in the next year.
Chris Brown's still out here wilding, dog. It's just that he Chris Brown, and he can dictate that type of shit. Ja really can't, because he get paid by the NBA, so it's like you can't really keep doing this wild shit and think you're going to be employed at the end of the day.
Oh, there's comparable scenarios, but sure. Yeah.
I'm just saying.
People wild out.
You thinking people grow out of this shit? No, I'm thinking they get deeper into it. I think that's how it goes normally.
No, he's using a preacher voice right now.
I don't agree with that.
Huh?
He's using a preacher voice right now.
Oh, this is when I get to my facts.
Your bass stayed the same, but it was preacher mode.
You don't think nobody can change?
Yeah, I do think people can change to an extent, for sure.
Why you don't think he can change?
I'm not saying that, bro, but it don't happen in 24 hours, dog.
But I think
change normally for change to occur, it's got to be something. Maybe this is the significant thing that makes them be like, oh, I got to step back and think about my life.
But I think but
I don't think it's enough.
It's definitely possible both ways. But what has he done that would make you believe that it's more likely that he changes than continues on? Because I don't think there's been anything
with young players that get into shit and then they grow out of that shit. We've seen it with Madden play. Like, he's not the first.
Other examples is...
We've seen other examples of motherfuckers that came in the league that was wild, that was way more wild than when he was, and now that ain't looking up to his staples. Steven fucking Jackson is one of them I can bring up.
But it's
he was considered a menace in the league.
Today, though. Like, it's also motherfuckers who was really good who killed somebody that they're in jail.
Those guys didn't make it to the level that Ja's at right now.
He was in the NBA. There's guys like that in the NBA who were drug dealers and shit like that and whatnot.
They didn't make it to the level job.
I'm just saying, bro. I mean, I think
that's why I think he'll get real back in, because at some point you're gonna start, all right, yo, I gotta get my shit together. Like, I don't think this is gonna be a reoccurring thing forever.
He gonna stop going to clubs?
Probably not. Ain't nothing wrong with going to clubs.
All right, so if he go to clubs, he gonna bring his gun with him?
I don't know.
Seems likely.
Probably likely, right?
Going to clubs.
And if he bring his gun with him, somebody call Ja a pussy nigga in the club because they don't like the Memphis Grizzlies. He might want to show him that I ain't no pussy. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the type of, I ain't no pussy. I'm gonna do something to this dude. I'm up 200 M's. I don't give a fuck.
Oh yeah,
that's Ja.
That's a great scenario you just created that was not real.
I can see it happen.
Ain't nothing wrong with going to clubs, but yeah, he gonna still go to clubs.
I think it's
with a lot of money. You gonna go to fucking club
when you up. You go ahead and get married, bro. You get up that much, you to be life. Go ahead and get married, bro. Yeah, stay in the crib.
That's what's gonna change him. That kid,
chill out.
He already got one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you go ahead and get married, dog. Ain't
still young baby. Still young baby.
It hasn't yet, though. I hope he changes. I don't think there's any reason to believe right now that he will. I know that he can, and I hope he does. But
that's what I'm saying. I believe.
Get in trouble a second time for the exact same thing a month later doesn't scream, I realized I messed up. It screams more, can't nobody do nothing to me? And that usually leads in the wrong direction. We
can all agree during that time, we were saying that punishment ain't shit. He got a little slap on the wrist for that shit. So if we look at it like that from the outside looking in, of course he gonna feel like that. He gonna be like, man, shit won't nothing. Look, 8 games.
If you're in that position and you don't recognize what happened as a potential wake-up call, that's not a good look.
But we're all saying that being people that have never been in that position, so you don't know how you would, you know what I'm saying, react in his position.
I hate that's a regular argument. A lot of people make that. I think that's a dumbass argument, not yours specifically, but you don't have to be in a position to see that somebody's fucking up. So
I agree, but to say like you know how somebody would be because they in this situation with all this money, like you don't. Like,
no, I'm saying what somebody should be. I can't say how they would be. I'm saying if you got all this stuff that we just talked about, and you end up missing 8 to 10 games or whatever, your name is all over the news. You think you got to do a sit down with Jalen Rose to convince people you've changed, and then 3 weeks later you do the exact same shit. I would say that you are not a very intelligent person right now. But that's enough, John. I don't think we're getting anywhere.
Let the boy get shot a couple times if he wants that lifestyle.
See, you want like the worst of the worst shit to happen. That's wild. That's wild. He ain't shot nobody. He ain't shoot at nobody. Ain't none of that shit happen. You just bring it up egregious situations.
That's what you want, killing niggas. That's what he was on Instagram flexing and shit. Hey. Go let that boy get popped a couple times and see if that energy don't change. I bet he find God or something.
That's crazy.
It'd be different then.
You talk about fighting?
I want a man to get shot. Let's go to a fight. Boxing fight. Motherfucking Devin Haney. Had a big title fight this weekend. Guess what's his name?
Lomachenko, yeah.
Lomachenko, big Russian. Older Russian. He's like 34, 35, something like that. He's an older, he was like a seasoned boxer. I was looking at the shit he was talking about.
Can I ask y'all a question before you actually talk about the fight?
What up?
Have y'all noticed, I feel like in boxing or in combat sports, you can include MMA.
What?
Have you noticed that white people cheer for white people, black people cheer for black people?
Oh yeah, that's been the form of boxing for forever. The Mexicans cheer for the Mexican fighter.
I mean, I know that's a thing.
Cultural representative.
It's 100% racist when it comes to.
It's just interesting.
It's like fuck this Mexican motherfucker when it comes to boxing. Like people will say that shit proudly.
Big facts.
When I watched,
I represent whole countries and shit.
Yeah.
Well, you get international, like that makes a little bit more sense. I just think it's funny when I go on Twitter, like any white person you see tweeting the fight has Lomachenko winning. Every black person has Haney winning, and so on and so on.
I didn't see it that way. I saw a lot of black people that said Haney flat out lost.
Oh, really?
That was like Nelly's first reaction. He was like, Look, bro,
I like pre-fight. That's what people was picking sides. But like,
I mean, in general,
after the fight, I saw a lot of people just giving
that's
it
what
up.
we gotta get to. Look,
I haven't watched.
It was a good fight. I watched like the second half of it. I started watching it. It was a pretty good fight. They was both trading blows. Nobody had a knockdown. But the last 2 rounds, Lomachenko was catching him. He was catching Haney in the last couple rounds, and it looked bad for him. So then it went into the end of the fight, and everybody was thinking like, "Oh shit, he gonna get this joint because how they finished the fight." But then it ended up giving it to Haney. But I'm looking at how the scoring was. I know it's more the scoring because you got to have knockdowns, but it wasn't no knockdowns in the whole fight. But they was both trading blows. Haney won more rounds. Lomachenko just won the last 2 rounds of the fight. So it looked like, oh, he should be able to take it. But Haney had won like 7 to 8 rounds of that fucking fight. So it was like,
I think it was like 119, 116
unanimous.
Well,
I'm like, if you watching it and you see, like when I caught it, it was like the last 6 rounds or whatever. It looked like Lomachenko got the best of him in them last couple rounds, which he did. Because I think he did win them rounds. But the previous 8 rounds, Haney was winning.
I mean, I don't know. I got to watch the fight. But, I mean, from the clips that I saw, I mean, it just looked like Lomachenko was a little bit more busy. And that does normally, lead to, you get higher scores. And a lot of people said they had Lomachenko winning 8 rounds of that fight. A lot of people I respect for him.
10 rounds total.
12. So they had 8-4 in the fight. But this is boxing though, man. This is not the first time you're going to see something that you perceive to be cooked up in boxing, man. Haney's one of the bigger. They're really trying to build up the boxing weight, especially this middleweight group. They're trying to build it up a lot.
He's the champion.
Haney's one of the biggest fighters out there. You got Gervonta Davis. They're trying to set up that fight between them two, and you can't really set that up if Haney go out here and take a L to a dude that most of us didn't know before yesterday, right? So, you gotta. I mean,
that shit happens.
I
Though.
think
Like if he would have knocked him out, there would have been nothing you could say. If he would have knocked him out, that's what happens. Has to happen in those type of fights. You leave it up
if
to
it
the
goes
numbers.
to the decision, you leave it up to the judges for sure. And that's why I always say boxing ain't really about going out there and whooping somebody's ass. It's about playing to the judges at the end of the day. So
that's why boxing sucks.
I love it. I like it a lot. But I mean, I do think I've seen people get robbed before.
I see it talked about like it's far too common for me to ever have
boxing matches. You'll watch a boxing match and you'll legit be like, man, this dude's there's no way he lost. And you go back and when they announce it, it's
the other way.
It's unbelievable. Yeah. So, I mean, that shit happens all the time in boxing. It's not anything new. But again, they trying to build it up for them two to fight. But, and I think that'll probably be the next one you get. Then after that, you'll see
Tank and Haney.
Yeah, then I think the real threat probably would be Shakur Stevenson. I think it's his name.
Yeah, but
he's nice. I think he might actually be the better one out of everybody. But
better than Tank?
I mean, I think Tank is just probably going to age out by the time you get to him.
I mean,
Just be a little young, though. Yeah, he's good for sure, no doubt.
We'll see what happens.
I'm glad Haney won. I had him in a parlay, so.
Oh, did you?
Shout out to Haney.
Same. Cash it. What else we got though, man?
That was all I had for sports. Oh, except for a shout out to Rihanna, who was rocking a Panthers jersey in the club the other night.
Over there.
Yeah.
Bryce Young?
No, it was like some designer.
They,
I don't know why it was a Panthers thing, but
they name their kid RZA or something like that?
I do feel like I heard that, but I don't know.
Yeah. Name the kid RZA.
Super random. See a Panthers jersey rocked by Rihanna. We appreciated it.
Yeah, pretty random though.
Yeah, very random. I don't know what to say to that. What do y'all think about DJ Envy and Rick Ross?
Hilarious.
Their whole beef they got going on.
It's funny.
I just caught up on it today. I had heard that. I didn't think it was anything serious. I had heard that it was just car show stuff, which I've heard them do. I don't think so. I don't think it's jokes anymore.
You think it's serious now?
Yeah,
they start taking more personal shots.
Well, Ross.
I mean, it sounds like they won't never really that cool to begin with, but they had done business before.
From what I had seen today, they were making comments about the cars or whatever to begin with. And then when Ross was apparently saying a bunch on Twitter or online somewhere, he had the video clip talking about you and your sons come over and clean my pool.
His kids.
And then I don't know the timeline, but at some point he started, I watched a couple of videos of him talking about his wife too. Mm-hmm. And I think once that happened, Envy was clearly pissed today. When he was doing his jokes, he tried to make it a fun thing, but you could tell he was mad.
Oh, for sure. He was getting this shit off, though.
Yeah, he was hilarious.
I dressed up in the whole cop uniform and shit.
CO fit.
The whole voice was hilarious.
Yeah, he did a good job.
I mean, the clip from Breakfast Club was nothing but
that's the
hilarious.
best DJ Envy clip I've seen.
Got to be up there. So
he's good. I mean, I like him doing that more than like the Jesus or the Mero type shit.
That shit was hilarious, though.
Oh, that was wild. That was the other one that came to mind.
I love that shit.
I mean, that's probably his number one clip on Breakfast Club, but I like this version of DJ Envy more
fun.
It's like I didn't know he actually cracking some good jokes on Ross, man. He was eating them up a little bit.
But if Ross was there, it probably would have been more like these are Meros.
Oh, for sure.
You can make a lot more jokey joke while the other person is not there. That was intense on the other one.
They got put on the show.
But yeah, it was funny. It was funny today.
Yeah, I think I mean it's interesting back and forth between. I mean, that's just how like. Again, these rappers aren't really even respected as gangsters. If the radio host is gonna go at you, then it's like, these rappers are not.
You gotta stop doing that.
Actual gangsters,
they rappers, bro.
Yeah,
we gotta stop try to make them like they supposed to be real gangsters when they rap.
Well, stop rapping about it. The ones that are not real.
That don't make sense though.
Yes, it does. It makes perfect sense.
Like, you stop rapping
about it.
So you think, how old was Ross? 40-something years old. That came out in what, 02, 03. To still be a gangster today in 2023.
No, but I don't want to talk about any gangster shit though.
But that's the music he makes.
He can stop. I mean, you don't have to continue to do the same things you've always done.
About the shit that Ross talk about.
I would assume, I don't want to speak for you, I would assume your point is he should never have been making this music if he wasn't actually that.
Yeah, right. Okay. From the jump. I mean, this is, again, whenever you have to use another gangster's name, you're weird. Not a real gangster.
That's weird. I like Ross. I don't care anything about this, but it is weird that he
whenever your name has no credibility.
Yeah. 50 Cent was really in the streets.
Incredulous.
50 Cent was really in the streets, right? But he ain't the real 50 Cent. He took somebody else's name. He did the same thing.
Right, yeah. That's true. You can say that about 50 Cent.
I didn't know.
So 50 Cent got a real street name.
Oh, okay.
They really, you know about him in the streets.
He did the same thing. He took another gangster's name as his.
Yeah, but he got a real street. His rap name couldn't be Boo Boo. You know what I'm saying? Like, that don't work.
That's his real street name?
Yeah, it's Boo Boo.
Oh, damn, I don't respect 50 anymore.
What we talking about? He's making a worst
name.
case for 50 right now.
I'm saying that's a real deal hood name. All we know is that Ross was a correctional officer, and that shit is like real deal documented.
So, you see Envy say he was no different than Tekashi?
There's also evidence that 50 Cent snitched.
I mean, I think, what's the difference between him and Tekashi?
There's not
much. It's really not much between him and Rick Ross is much more talented of a rapper. But as far as
the difference between who and who?
Tekashi and
Envy had made a comment in that whole thing. He was like, ain't no difference between him and Tekashi, a fake correctional officer, and this, that, and the third. He mentioned that.
Silly. I mean, it's funny. It's a funny joke, but no, it's not the same thing.
It's not apples for apples, but at the same time, it's just somebody portraying a lifestyle that they clearly never lived. That's it.
CEO?
Yeah.
That's a job.
Hell yeah, bro.
It's a job.
But we talking about how many motherfuckers you moving keys and got a job? Like, somewhere your priorities are fucked up, right? Like, it's somewhere in that. Like, either you got to dedicate your life real, like, to the streets or to your 9 to 5.
I don't think he was a kingpin. Like, he talks about being a kingpin.
None of these
but he might have been a lower level guy.
No,
you come from the streets, you might have had your hand in it a little bit, but what we talking about?
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think that was his role in life.
I mean, but we'll never know.
But yeah, I mean, whatever.
At the end of the day, he ain't that bad, bro.
I mean, I'll just call a spade, bro. That's what all we got to do.
I got this weird thing about wanting rappers will still be in the streets if they rap.
I don't want that.
This is like
I don't want that. I just want them to be.
Works.
I just want them to be transparent, bro. Be real. That's it. Again,
you can be transparent.
You got DJ Envy going at you, bro.
So why you think you can't be transparent and not live that life no more?
Well, talk about what you're doing now. And he do a lot of that too. But at the same time, don't act like you always trying to belittle people and shit. Like, oh, I'm the boss. I'm the boss. You still a worker.
That's been his stick his whole career. What are you talking about?
You were a worker though.
You want my man to leave his whole identity as a rapper because you don't like it.
No, bro.
That's been his stick his whole career.
I'm just saying
is he not an entertainer though?
Yeah, bro. What we talking about?
Yeah, for sure.
If he's an entertainer, then he's entertaining.
I'm entertained. I'm gonna listen to every album Ross dropped.
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't have anything against Ross as an artist, though, bro. I'm just saying, like,
that's what I'm saying, bro.
Look, even the DJs can go with these rappers.
That's all that should matter, though.
Yeah, but you
no, it's not,
music
though. It's deeper than that.
That's all it should matter.
It's always deeper than that, bro.
Are you saying if Ross is a real gangster, he would take out Envy? Is that what you're saying?
No, what I'm saying is,
back to your
if Ross was a real gangster, Envy has been around enough real gangsters to know some shit, right? Like, he been around to know, like, what rappers I wouldn't fuck with.
Once you start talking about wives and kids, I think I could be wrong. I think Envy would have responded no matter who it was. Once you start getting into family stuff,
yeah, pretty much.
That's where I don't like their situation. I think it's going to keep getting worse. And if it really started over some car show, I got better cars than you type shit.
Yeah.
And now we're getting into like teasing Envy about I'm coming to get your wife work for me, like hinting at it's getting nasty now. I don't like that. I'm not a big fan, but it's funny right now.
Dame Dash interview, that shit was good too.
What's up?
Envy had a couple of them.
Yeah, that Dame Dash got it to a pretty good.
Yeah, because he got the ball
interviews.
Kind of the same thing.
Yeah, he copied it. I hate Dame. I hated that whole conversation. So fucking stupid.
Yeah, he's an asshole.
That whole conversation is so stupid.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm on.
It makes sense for him to talk like that because he's been that.
Look, if you want to, if it's really important for you to own your own thing and not work for anybody, that's awesome.
Yeah,
I got nothing but respect for that. But like trying to say that anybody that has a boss is not whatever, it's fucking retarded. And that's what he was doing in that interview.
I ain't like how he was belittling them.
Is that y'all
working regular
got
jobs?
Bosses,
but at the same time, it is a different level if you got a boss.
Well, I mean, motherfucker,
everybody answers to somebody.
Yeah,
whether you got a boss
at a certain point, everybody answers to somebody. It's like, I mean, how do you expect for the economy to work, motherfucker? Like, people have to have jobs. Like, it has to be an employer and an employee. That's the fucking structure of shit. Like, not everybody's going to be a boss, or else we'll have you. First of all, won't nobody be able to buy shit from you because everybody's a struggling entrepreneur and nobody's making any money, having any employees to do. Like, you're going to have to do your business yourself the entire time, and likely you wouldn't make as much if this whole structure of everybody being a boss was like, I don't get what people are angling at or getting at.
Both sides are needed, but it's bigger than ever now. People are doing.
But to even insinuate that you are a boss, though, that means you would have a worker, right? Like, you would have workers that worked for you.
If your business is good.
If you had a decent business, right? Like the business model that you desire. So you need the very thing that you're pissing on to have a successful business. So, like, again, it doesn't make any sense.
I hate the entrepreneurs that look down on everybody else. I respect their hustle, and I think it's
a lot of those motherfuckers that you see on social media are just talking.
Well, but I think it comes from most people that are working for themselves, entrepreneurs of some kind. We're told that they're not going to make it by a whole gang of people. So once they make it, they want to show everybody I made it and y'all got bosses. So I think there's like a give and take in that it gets initiated from people calling them stupid for even pursuing certain businesses or dreams or whatever. Like there's a lot of people are involved. I just think when you make it and you want to tell everybody else they're not on the same level as you because you don't have a boss, it just pisses me off. Take Dame out of it. Just my thoughts in general.
Yeah.
It was something that used to annoy the shit out of me about Joe Budden. He took so much shit for his business that he made it a big thing to like talk back to Charlamagne and other people that ridiculed him about how y'all work for other people and I own my shit. I just find that super annoying no matter who it is. That's just my personal thing.
I get it. I respect it to a certain level though.
Yeah, no, I do too.
This is a road that a lot of people can't do. A lot of people can't take that road.
Yeah, 100%.
It's a hard fight. You know what I'm saying? You go through a lot of different shit, a lot of different ups and downs when the shit falls on your shoulders and then you got, a company or something to rely on.
For sure.
But, I don't like when people shit on people though. That's kind of,
Yeah.
But if you're going to pop your shit, if you didn't grind it for 10 years for something to be what it is, you could pop your shit. I ain't mad at somebody popping their shit.
No, you just don't have to
you got
say everybody else is a loser for having a boss.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. What we got? Oh, the Dirk record. What you say?
Yeah, I was gonna mention last week. I kind of was. I was saying like it does look kind of funny for NBA YoungBoy to like tell Dirk don't drop when I'm dropping, and he didn't do it. Like it looks kind of like, oh, you scared?
It was a play.
But then today, or within the last couple of days, I saw that Dirk's single with J. Cole has more total streams than NBA YoungBoy's entire album.
Makes sense.
And I was like, damn, that's a nice little dunk right back at you.
Yeah,
Obviously, he's got Cole on there. That certainly helps. But like when you got one song with more streams than an entire project, I think that kind of speaks for itself.
Yeah. But also, YoungBoy drops a lot of music. I think he dropped like 3 albums this year or some shit like that already.
He probably dropped more than that.
He dropped an album every other month.
His shit is super watered down, and
he said he sold 50,000 though.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's still gonna still
50,000 first week on your 4th, 5th project of the year.
He's
Some
done that
shit
like 3
is
times,
retarded.
but it's all like that microwave type shit. Like, let's go get spins that one week, and then like I feel like his fan base already looking for something new after that. So
probably so.
I don't
That's
know.
what works for him though. Because his fans are always gonna listen. And he gonna keep on dropping.
But he ain't gonna get like the. I don't know if his fans always gonna listen. I think they're gonna outage him. And
that's to be determined
at some point. But I was surprised because I would have thought that, we know he gets a ton of streams and he puts out a ton of music. I would assume that he got so many streams because he has so much music. It's just like a volume thing. But when I see that you've put out multiple projects already and you're still getting a 50,000 first week kind of thing, it's like, no, people are coming back for more every single time. I was shocked at that. I think that's pretty impressive. I don't care for his music
hit that much every time as much as he dropped.
That's wild.
That's next level shit.
Yeah,
everybody ain't doing that shit.
Yeah, he's a super popular artist, but I don't know.
But Dirk just make better music.
Yeah,
that's all it come down to. I mean, yeah, you guys fans got the shit that you fuck with, but Dirk ain't fucking with him with music.
Well, YoungBoy don't make any hits. He doesn't make any hit.
I mean, Dirk ain't really a huge hit maker either, but he just makes better music.
Song.
Huh?
He hop on song.
Yeah, in recent years he's had a few hits in the past couple of years, but he's not big. He's not like a big single driven. Like this whole rollout with him having a J. Cole single, he never does an album like this when he drops. He just has records, and usually the fans pick out the one.
Yeah, I mean,
this
is his first single in his catalog.
Yeah, so that's not even his thing, but he makes good music, and he's done music for years.
NBA YoungBoy don't really have besides like Outside and the junks with the Migos he had. That was just a decent track. He don't really have like.
You don't need him when you getting 50K.
Yeah. I mean, he doing his thing for sure.
10 albums a year,
and his shit's spinning on YouTube. But I just don't. You don't see like the chart success of like really clearing top 20 songs and stuff like that on Billboard with your boy.
I don't think you need it. I don't think you need it.
I'm not saying you necessarily need it, but if you want to compete with somebody like Dirk at this stage in his career, you probably do. You're gonna need those hits to stream like that, like especially when he dropping, like I mean, they knew what this Dirk single was gonna do when they put it out. I mean, it's a classic, one of those radio sounding tracks. So
Did y'all see all the stuff with Jay Prince in the NBA?
I did. Getting the pieces up with Drake.
Yeah. He had some kind of post like doing his Jay Prince cold threat, kind of like don't mention his name kind of shit. And then like the next day or 2 days later, it had a picture with him, Birdman, and NBA. They all sat down and apparently.
You keep on saying this motherfucker Jay Prince ain't about what he be talking about, but
it
seems like whatever he wants to get done, shit gets done.
He does
for sure.
Get stuff done.
I mean, you talking about a kid?
I find him annoying, but he does. But a kid that doesn't listen to nobody.
Don't do that.
It's a kid.
He's a 23, 24-year-old man. We ain't gonna kid him. We just can't drop the kid.
You're right. But I'm just saying, like,
even forget the kid shit. NBA don't listen to nobody. To get him to listen.
Look, he got
some power.
I'm not saying he don't, bro. I never said he do, but I can't stand. To me, it's just like, again, it's that you 50-year-old and you doing what?
No, I think it's embarrassing.
You mob ties and you 55? Get your lawn care business or something, bro.
yo, pick a side, bro.
What is you doing?
Pick a side, yo.
What do you mean?
He really about what he about, and that's the issue. Now he gotta be cutting grass somewhere.
Because if
he mob ties.
No, bro.
He real mob ties.
If he was really about what he about and he mob ties, he taking pictures all this boy would be somewhere in a RICO case. He would be tied up by the feds by now. Like, he doing something behind the scenes. If he can still be mob ties and be worldwide known the way he is and shit, right, and he's supposed to be mob ties, and he ain't got no feds on his back, that tells me something completely different about this dude. Either he ain't doing none of this shit, or he's working with the feds.
Sound like he know what the fuck he doing. Sound like
he's working with the feds if he do know what the fuck he doing.
Now, that's the only way. Anybody that's older and still doing it, they with the feds.
It's kind of a catch-22.
Yeah, it's like either way, they're gonna be wrong in the end.
Most of them, yeah. I mean, bro, I'm just saying, this dude is a gangster that we know about. You know what I'm saying? Stop it. This is a gangster that we know about.
I mean, but you ain't heard nothing that he done though.
But bro, we not the FBI though. They get fucking wiretaps and shit. If once you get on their radar, that's what I'm saying, bro. I don't believe it. It's not believable to me. Sorry. WWE.
Maybe you should go live more.
This motherfucker good as Vince McMahon to me, son. All the muscles don't mean nothing to me. This shit is on TV, dog. Stop it.
Mob ties landscaping. That's what you want to do.
Yeah. Construction, fix somebody's driveway or something. You motherfucking clean houses or something.
Hey, I don't think you want to mess with, bro.
Just bought a new pressure washer and shit. Y'all got a car wash, y'all.
Mob used to be, they used to call them sanitation companies.
Yeah, there you go.
Jay Prince Sanitation. Cleaning up the streets.
Clean the body up.
Clean the body up.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. Dirk won.
Seems that way.
Album drop Friday.
I mean, y'all. I know, but y'all see the blatant ritual on the album cover, though, right? Or is it just me?
Yeah, he look like a mummy.
With intentionally exposing the one eye.
Oh, the one eye.
Intentionally. I mean, it's just. Yeah. It's clear what they do. You know what I'm saying? They got him. I mean, he's been a part of it. I mean, as far as what they do, like this is the model of successful rappers.
Just randomly just link up with Drake 10 years into your career. They got him.
Eventually, he probably was like, "Man, I might as well go ahead and do this thing, bro. If I want to take this shit to the next level,
it's been up for
I ain't gonna be struggling, and I've been in this motherfucker for 10 years. Eventually, they gonna break you, bro.
It's been up.
But I mean, look, I'm just saying what the facts is, bro. I mean,
it's just
I disavow all this silly shit
recently.
I mean,
but you see, if I show you a bunch of other artists that took a picture just like that, though, it's like, why they all take pictures like that, though? Is it just because it's artistic, or at some point is it saying something like, this is what they have to do? Like, this is, you know what I'm saying? Like, at what point does it not become a coincidence?
I'm not going to indulge this, but I want you to know that if you did ever, seriously want me to take this stuff serious from you, then you would have to stop saying things like you were saying about DeMar Hamlin. That was a ritual, and you could see it on TV because he was putting up the number 3, which was his number. When you make silly comments like that, then I don't take anything that you say seriously.
I didn't say that it was necessarily intentional.
You
but I was just saying it was a
But they got him
clearly
too. You see
You
the commercial he got?
100% did.
They playing the Dirk record in the background. They got him too.
There you go.
Yeah.
I think all this is
It's
silly.
out of me.
I mean, symbols are symbols, bro. I'm not saying, but it's clearly that
You see what you
symbols
want
are
to see.
symbols.
You see what
Or
you
you
wanna
don't see anything at all. You know what I'm saying? Like you could choose to be blind to stuff, or you could be like, this is a pattern. This is a pattern.
You're smarter than all of us, Carl. What can I say?
I'm just saying,
What
I
can I
acknowledge
say?
patterns when I see them,
You're
and I don't
smarter than
expect for
us.
them to stop. I expect for them to continue.
I mean,
Thank
there's
you
a
for your
science
wisdom.
to, promotions and pictures and shit like that. There's a science to it.
Yeah, I mean, saying it's they all got to do
dope.
it, or they all do it. So
I hope the album is fire. But anyway, that Dirk did an interview with Act this week, and they this little clip has been going around today about. He asked him about Gunna. He's like, you feel like he all right? He feel like he told. He's like, yeah, motherfucker told, bro. Like that was it.
I wouldn't expect that.
It was just real simple. Like, yeah, you're right. He told. Like, what you want me to say?
yeah, I mean, I don't think any rapper is going to side with Gunna.
You see how jacked he got though?
Who Gunna?
Gunna coming back with a
Gunna
vengeance.
came out shredded.
I
didn't see that.
too. Yeah, he dropped like 50 pounds or something. He got slim, cut up.
I guess he's just waiting on somebody to run up on him.
It must be.
Yeah, run up on Gunna now.
He can't fight. Gunna not a fighter.
I mean, I don't know if he can
I mean, he might can blow himself up, but
blow himself up.
puff himself up and shit.
I don't be listening when the music drop because it's gonna be
Just making
fire.
a terrorist comment or
It's
something.
gonna be fire. That's all he need. He drops a fire.
Gunna?
Everybody forget once he drop fire.
I already.
I don't think anybody else
I
forget
don't
this.
He drops a fire. He'll be all right.
Yeah, I mean, look, I already knew it was coming for your boy.
We seen Tekashi.
WWE.
We seen Tekashi. His shit
Gonna
wasn't that
wanna-
egregious. He'll be all right.
Gonna wanna.
He'll be just fine. Buzz some slaps.
I mean, since we're here, you heard them talking about Tekashi's going gay.
I did hear about that.
No, I didn't see him. I mean, he had the rainbow hair for a while, so whatever.
I still follow him on Instagram. I don't know why. I think I just hadn't unfollowed. I don't really have any reason to. Still funny shit comes across sometimes, but he's got a lot of really questionable behavior in his recent Instagrams. It does seem he may be leaning into that. I would venture to say I think that is what he's doing.
Who's surprised?
Smart though.
I'm not.
What else he got?
I mean, I'm
I'm gonna make
surprised.
Spanish music and I'm gay. I'm gonna win now.
I'm surprised in that that's not like I saw this coming, but it does make sense and that he cannot get any attention and recognition right now. So
Go
to the
works.
thing that works. It makes sense. And he's not somebody that has any kind of high character where he's going to hold strong on what he believes. He's like, all right, if this will get me more money and more attention, then
Makes sense to me.
I'll do it. I'm not shocked in that regard.
Makes sense to me for sure.
Makes sense to go gay for pay. You with that shit.
No, not for me.
You
but
be
for
with
him.
that shit, bro.
For him.
We done talked about this several times. It's not okay. It don't make sense.
I said for him.
It don't make sense for nobody.
It makes sense for him.
I mean,
Like he's a motherfucker to do anything for attention. So yes, it makes sense for him.
Yeah, I mean, look,
it doesn't make sense.
Shows you how evil the dollar is when you chasing it like that. Like,
Agreed.
I agree.
I mean, you just sacrifice your entire moral code. Just, I mean, I don't think somebody like Lil Nas X is necessarily gay or not, especially not to the point where he sells it to. It's just,
I agree.
I feel like, he knows that I can't necessarily rely on my talent, so I'm gonna sell out myself this way. Like, just morally, I think it's just, I don't know.
I
It's
agree
just wrong.
100% with you. 100% with you.
Yeah.
I do. Anything else? We got a couple more minutes. You mentioned splitting bills. I saw this conversation.
Oh yeah.
What's her name?
Gabrielle Union.
Dwayne Wade. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
That's why it was
yeah.
on. I forgot who she was getting interviewed on, but people was making a big deal because she said that her and D Wade split the bills 50-50. And I don't see the fucking problem with it. It's your fucking business.
Well, it's just
an
because women
internet
can't
thing.
imagine the fact that, I mean, they both make fucking money.
Obviously.
Why wouldn't she split some
I
money?
mean, she probably ain't got as much as D Wade.
This is
That's
an
probably what it
internet
is
thing.
because they know D Wade probably made hundreds of millions of dollars.
So does she, though.
Yeah, right. I mean, I wouldn't say that much,
I don't
but
think
still,
she made D-Wade money.
she made some millions of dollars for sure.
Actors ain't getting it like that. She ain't had that many.
She's been an acting career for 20 plus years. She's millions on her own. Not like she's broke, is all I'm saying.
For sure.
I think this is an internet thing. It's really popular right now to talk relationships, and the red pill stuff, Fresh and Fit, really got it popping off, to be honest with you, them and Tate. And it's a nice internet talking point. You make a lot of money and a lot of content talking about relationships and
for sure,
women and money and men sleeping
shit
around,
people can relate to and talk
etc.
about. Put their 2 cents on.
I would imagine for most normal people, obviously I'm not in a relationship, haven't been married, don't have no kids. I would imagine for most normal people, this is not that crazy of a take.
Yeah, that's the thing I'll be thinking. I'll be like, I ain't never really dealt with that. I ain't never really dealt with no woman that like expect me to just pay for everything all the time. I always fuck with women that got some shit going on with them already. Like, pick better fucking females to fuck with. Like, what we
That's
doing?
my thoughts.
That's where it throws me off. It's
Well,
like,
I mean, no, it's
like if a woman expects you to do everything and pay for everything for her, she must not have shit. That's how I look at it. It's a motherfucker that ain't got shit.
Most likely, but it's also just a selfish motherfucker who want to keep everything that they got and just use yours. You know what I'm saying? Like, she can have some stuff, but she ain't expecting to share it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that. I mean, I think that's most of these Instagram women that you're gonna see. All of the women who pose their ass before you see their face.
That's
if
crazy
you go on their pictures.
Yeah,
it's probably most of them with the similar mentalities of this ass is good enough for you to pay for everything in my life. Like, I mean, there's women who out there who have that.
That's wildness.
That mindset.
But that's a subset of people. There's dudes that just want to pay for girls like that. And there's girls that want to just want to be bought like that. I mean, there's a subset. That's what I'm saying. Is like I think most
it's
normal
really a
people
new wave
like
of prostitution. Like overall,
yeah, I agree.
I mean, you hate to go like these Instagram hoes are really kind of you just kind of can pick them out from a distance now. Yeah. They all dress in the same stuff that prostitutes in Vegas used to wear. Like that's how you used to pick out a prostitute is like the way that the women on Instagram dress now. They used to just be on the street with it, so it's like, oh, I can clearly tell that this woman's working tonight. Now you don't even know the difference.
No.
Yep.
You don't know the difference.
They're wearing
now.
Straight lingerie to the club.
You be like, I don't know if you working or not, and I could get me too'd for saying the wrong thing.
Big facts.
Oh, you're talking about in real life? Yeah. No, I agree with.
Yeah.
Don't speak on it. Don't acknowledge it. Can't do that. You can look though.
Yeah, I mean, it's just
you can look.
It's hard for a man out here trying to date, man. You can't tell the difference between these hoes and the ones that are supposedly not anymore. They're all like, grouped together so much.
Power to you, bro. I'm gonna say that. Power to you.
I mean,
it's craziness out here. I wouldn't know how to deal with it.
It's a weird position to speak from since I'm still not like really trying, but I don't think it's that difficult. You could tell that the girls that are like that, you can see it. I don't think it's that difficult to see.
Yeah, you'll
like
acknowledge the red flags, but you still want to hit that. Yeah, that's the fucked up part. Yeah, but
then you've signed up for it.
I
agree with you. I agree. But that's my point. Is like I don't think that there's like this big secret thing. Like the dudes that are going for the girls that are trying to get money from them clearly could see it, but they're thinking with their dick. They're not being smart about it themselves.
Oh, no, it's a lot of simps out here too. There's a lot of simps out here.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. They're signing up for it.
For sure.
So I don't think it's that difficult.
They always have.
Gotta sign up.
Yeah. It's just used to call them just straight tricks back in the day. Again,
they still tricks.
All same prostitute language that is integrated over.
Prostitute language.
It's integrated over into like just normal society, and like now it's just he a trick. Like that used to be what prostitutes say about their clientele.
Got to pay to play.
That used to, but now it's just normal hot girl summer talk. Hey, ma'am, you're a prostitute.
Yeah, OnlyFans.
You're a prostitute, man.
We gotta wrap up. We got samples to get to.
We'll go ahead.
He was going in. He was going in. I know. If I didn't
these hoes making too much motherfucking money out here. I ain't got no problem with nobody making no money.
If I didn't stop,
some strippers are athletes out there. I respect those people. They train hard.
Shout out to Pete Allen. Good shit.
I know you
If you're on YouTube, we appreciate you watching. If you're on the audio, we got samples coming. Stay tuned.
Peace.
Yeah.